Yo, did you really just say good man, good father, horrible streamer? That is so rude and incredibly accurate. Let me make sure I got the right microphone set here. In fact, I'm gonna unplug this thing and plug it back in now that we're streaming. Hang on. That I do all of my videos, I record all my videos on Streamlabs, right? And so, because of that, I got to make sure half the time. Why is my camera lower? Someone moved my chair. I think my kids moved my chair. Because I record all my videos on Streamlabs, I'm never quite sure like if the microphone's gonna cut out while I'm recording, and so I'm paranoid every time. So he'd know, hey now. You know, it doesn't take like the qualifications to be my mod. It's not so much like it's a full-time required, you have to be here every stream kind of thing. It's more like I have to be present of mind to think to ask somebody to mod. That's about it. And I hate being that person because I am so not full of myself to the point where I'm like, I need some new moderators in my chat. We need to, no, I'm just like, whatever. So, anyways, guys. See, DB knows. He's a mod because he likes pulling the plug on people. Someday when I'm old and frail and I need my end of life plans figured out, I'm going to give DB my power of attorney. He can just pull the plug on me when it's time to go. No, guys, I'm sorry I'm late. I was planning. It's not a broken mess. All right, well, we'll get into it. We'll take a look. From what I've seen, it looks pretty bad. And it sounds like the developers released it unfinished and then made this statement basically admitting it was unfinished. But I haven't looked at it fully for myself yet. I forgot I even scheduled a video from work to go live at 8 o'clock. I was in the middle of my daughter's softball game. My wife had my son at his baseball practice. And so I was first base coach while my video even went live, so I didn't even think about it. Findom. Ew, no. No. Absolutely not. I'll take your money for free, but I'm not doing anything for any like weird kinky fetish for it. What the hell, man? God. I just sat down. I haven't even drank my herbal tea yet, and you're asking me about Findom? Come on, man. God, you gotta like butter me up before you just jump right in. Anyways, yeah, DB is Dr. Kevorkian. Yeah. My own personal Dr. Kevorkian. Anyways, guys. So, glad you guys are here. I know I didn't stream for a few days. Busy playing Marathon. Oh, get out of here. Get out of here with that. No, guys. So, last week, this whole weekend has been a blur with Easter. Easter, I didn't even do anything fun. Like, because I knew I had my son's baseball game all day, doubleheader Saturday. We got home, we were exhausted. Sunday, I spent the entire day putting together like a basketball hoop for my kids, doing all sorts of crazy stuff around the house. Like, I beat myself up. I had to mow the whole yard and get everything cleaned up. And then Monday, I spent the entire day moving furniture because my mom is trying to move. She's trying to get a new house, and she gave me like half of her old stuff. $5. Oh my God, no. No, thank you for the 5 marine stripes, but I'm not into anything kinky. Nope. But I appreciate the 5. Admitted to playing more Marathon. He's got it bad. No, dude, I can show you my Steam account right now. I don't own Marathon. Okay? I don't. I have a very boring, very generic, very bland. Oh, hang on. I got to reset this. Hang on a second. Because I recorded at work, it doesn't have any of my display capture is not here. Hang on. Let me reset my display capture. I got nothing fun like that. Nothing kinky in my Steam account, guys. And down here at M, oh yeah, the what was that? God Save Birmingham? Where was that at? Yeah, I can't talk about that one. I will say the playtest is interesting. That's about all I can say about it. Where the hell's that at? Yeah, so Marathon would be right here above Arc or above Marauders, and it's not. So no, I don't have Marathon. Thank you. His go-to move in the bedroom is planking. God. Oh my God. Oh man. Y'all, I'm gonna warn you, I might have to like jump out of here in 5 minutes and do a momentary chair stream if my kids don't go to sleep. Like legit, they just finished having some cereal. And They're still trying to get ready for bed. Hey, Lucia. Hey, but I appreciate you guys being here because, like I said, I was not planning on taking Monday off, but as everything turned out, I was putting together furniture until like 10:30 at night, moving stuff around, and then I had to do more of it on Tuesday. So my body was killing me. I was dying. There was just no way, no time for videos. I didn't even go to work Monday, Tuesday. I should have. I had work to do, but I'm like, I can't even go to work. It's okay. The host is optional here. You guys are so mean. Oh my God. Holy crap. Like, this is... I haven't streamed since last week, and this is the crap I got to put up with. You guys. Just wait for Smeg to get here. I'm going to make him a special Dark Side Dan t-shirt and send it to his Australian ass. All right. So, somebody had mentioned Samson, the Samson game. So let me pull this stuff up. I don't have a whole lot, obviously, because it's a super last-minute stream, guys. I got the stream ready and then ran my daughter to softball. So, I do want to cover the Samson thing. There are some reviews we'll take a look at. Short one, 8 minutes, 53 seconds. Before that, we'll cover some of the stuff that's been going on real briefly here. Darkside T-Boo. Oh my God, man. No, we can't do that. The T-Boo name already has to be reserved for just like Piranha Pouch. She can call me that, that's it. Honesty is a gift in a world of lies. I'm going to remember that. DST. All right. I'll take it. I'll own it. That's what we'll do. So if I ever get to my 100,000 mark on YouTube, you know, in about 15 years when YouTube is no longer a thing, I will just, you know, get a Dark Side Dan, Dark Side T-Boo, whatever, tattoo for you guys. And hell, I'll do the IRL streamer thing. We'll live stream it. Why not? I haven't gotten a tattoo since 2019, I'm pretty sure. It's been a while. Like, crazy long time. Holy crap. What's Cage asking about Crimson Desert for? Oh, on Discord, I'm like, I'm not playing Crimson Desert. Guys, I haven't touched Crimson Desert for like 3 days. It's crazy. I'll be here at 56. 56 subscribers or 56 years old? Because I'll probably be 56 years old before I hit 100,000 subscribers. Not even going to lie. YouTube is probably one of these things that's not going to last 10 more years. At least not in its current iteration. It's going to have to change to be something completely different. You know, I want Smeg to show up, not because I want his money, but because I want to talk about the quartering and Kino Casino, because holy shit. Guys, I just watched the majority of that 6-hour live stream from Kino Casino today at work. Like, holy crap. It's just insane. Oh, you were asking if that's what Quag was talking about. Okay. Funny you say that. I'm the disease. I have 2 older brothers. Our first initials from youngest to oldest to youngest is STD. Okay, DB, I can top that. Maybe I can't top that because STD is pretty awful. My brothers and I, our names, get this, because I have 3 older brothers, 4 of us, right? Our names are alphabetical. A, B, C, D. I am not even shitting you. My mom did that intentionally, all right? It's just 2 retards fighting each other. So before all of this stuff with the quartering, Lugia, I did not watch Kino Casino. Like, I might see a clip here or there. That was it. And once all the quartering stuff dies down, I probably won't watch it again. But given the long, lengthy, like, sordid history the quartering has on YouTube, the entire thing is fascinating to watch. I will say that. You're absolutely right. The guys, I mean, they call themselves retards, to be honest. Might start vibe coding together something with Grok that gets you 100,000 fake ones. Oh my God, don't do that. No. Let's not do like view bot, subscriber bot stuff. Let's not. Hey, Bart, Clarice, Dan, Eduardo. What? Oh, Al. No. So I'm the last in line. So number 4. Although my middle name does start with an E. I hate PPP and Warski, so I'll never watch their streams. Fair enough, dude. I know, like, I'm so far behind on the lore of those guys, knowing all of the crap like that's been going on for the last few years. I just find this recent thing interesting. He hasn't even bagged anyone since he exposed his ball. Yeah, he mentioned that on stream, or on his VOD from the stream. Like, that's something that I don't think I ever could recover from seeing. And I've seen a lot of things, and that's something that I never want to see. So, anyways. Thought Danger? Yes, it's Danger. No, my middle name is not Danger. I'm not giving you guys my middle name. Not that it's embarrassing, but just because it's not necessary. Anyways, yes, so the thing that I covered in my video earlier that I completely forgot that I even uploaded, so great. Apparently, I'm an amazing YouTuber because I upload shit and then forget about it. Oh, man, what am I getting sent here? What is this? Okay, I'll take a look at that. It's Edward? It's not Edward. No, it's more boring than that. I'd tell you if it was Edward, or I could go by Eduardo then. He admitted it. His middle name is not necessary. It's a little lengthy. Dude, I have on my wife's side, my in-laws, nieces and nephews, all those, like, her siblings' kids. One of her siblings gave their kids all, like, 2 middle names each. It's absolutely nuts. I'm like, basically, all of their kids, like, 6 kids have 4 names each. It's insane. Yo, Lucy with the 5.
I've been playing First Descendant and Dead Cells lately. The First Descendant was okay and Dead Cells is fun.
First Descendant, for me, was just never as much fun as Warframe. I couldn't get into the story as much. I couldn't make myself care. I tried playing it in Korean and got bored, and then I tried playing it in English, and the voice acting was terrible. I mean, basically, it's not that First Descendants is a bad game. It's a serviceable game, but for me, I'm just like, I'm not going to invest myself in like the amount of time it's going to take. 'Cause all these games are grindy as hell, right? Warframe was grindy as hell, but I vibed. Like I could totally vibe with Warframe, with the actual aesthetic, the combat, the story, all of it for me, because I jumped into Warframe a few years after it first launched. For me, it was all good. Like I could totally, Daniel Esperanzo. I could totally like mess around with Warframe and get into it. For me, First Descendant, I never could. It looked nice, but that was about it. I'm gonna throw out weird ones like Eustace. Oh my god. Yeah, we're just gonna go with Eduardo, guys. Hell, my daughter's softball team, mind you, my daughter's one of the older girls. There's only like 2 girls her height, and then everyone else is shorter. They all nickname me Tiny Todd. Like all the girls are calling me Tiny Todd on the team. I'm like, well, you girls, you keep winning, you can call me whatever the hell you want to. I don't care. Has fan service, but it's still okay. I'm not saying like there's anything wrong with the fan service. My point is that the fan service alone for me wasn't enough to make me like want to continue playing the game. Anyways, guys, let's go. And thanks for the 5, Luigi. I appreciate the hell out of you, dude. Eugene, but with the German pronunciation. Yeah, Erica Ishii. Yeah, like that's exactly it. My middle name's Erica Ishii. You nailed it, dude. You nailed it. All right. So yeah, briefly covered this on a video earlier. The extraction shooter, The Cube Save Us, has announced it's shutting down just 3 weeks after it launched. Not to be confused with another, extraction shooter, I guess, called The Cube. Here's the thing. I remember hearing about this on, Cage, help me out, your boy, Fleekazoid, on his video, talking about Marathon, about how all these extraction shooters are just coming out of nowhere, right? And how there's 2 that are both called The Cube, not to be confused with the Cube franchise, I guess. I don't know. That was my first impression before refunding it when it came out. Which game are we talking about? Dude, so far, okay, this is the thing. This is the thing about Kick and Twitch as platforms go. If you are on the front page, if you're view botting, if you're one of those people that is getting like natural, like gravitational pull in the algorithm where you're suddenly like rocketing and you're just doing great and you get featured on the front page because you got like big tits or you're got an OnlyFans or a jacuzzi stream or whatever if you're a girl, or if you're a guy and you're cringe and annoying, I guess I qualify for that. And for some weird reason they decide to artificially, boost you in the algorithm, then that's cool. But for most people, Twitch and Kick are a straight up dumpster fire that does no good. I have 2 messages, one on Kick, one on Twitch so far this entire stream. Both of them are for people trying to sell me view bots. I don't understand. Like, is the entire platform dead except for a handful of like chosen people? Look up how Germans say the name. Wie geht es Ihnen? Danke schön. Es tut mir leid. Wie sagt man Eugene auf Deutsch? Let me see here. Eugene in German. The German equivalent of the name Eugene is Eugene. It's pronounced Eugen. Oh, interesting. Oigen. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, it always has been fake and gay. These platforms are all fake and gay, man. They need to make their money. It's time to reach out to any streamer they can. Well, I guess, but honestly, like for me, I don't know. The whole view botting thing, the whole concept of trying to fake it till you make it, I mean, that's just, I think it's just retarded, but that's whatever. That's my own personal opinion. I'd rather either you don't make it or you make it on your own. The whole faking it till you make it thing is such crap. I don't know. And I know some people that have done that. I watched people skyrocket on Twitch right around the time that I got started in 2019, who you could tell that had they not already been financially in a place to set up their stream to look like they were already successful, probably dabbled in view botting a little bit. And then, of course, had the time to stream all day long and use the social media part of it, like Instagram with their clips, to kind of do the whole content creator thing, that these people never would have been famous. But of course, they dialed into what was going, rocketing off back then, and the rest is history at this point. Oigen. Interesting. Remember the Dr. D thing happened. It was revealed only 12 streamers made them enough money to make a profit. Well, QC jerks, nobody actually makes them a profit. Amazon has been taking a loss on Twitch since they bought it. Twitch has never been profitable. You say held up by a dozen streamers, it doesn't make them any money. They are operating in debt. The view about this is somewhat real, though. Like, look at this group. We're here because you already made videos on YouTube. If you were just a streamer who's good, Visser Matt, you're not wrong. That is it. It's supposed to be a mindset, not a tactic, right? I mean, I make it to fake it. That's why I get zero traction. They say it with a proper G sound. It sounded like an insult when I first heard it. Well, Germans, the G is typically, G is hard G and soft, like gay, and I'm trying to think if there's a word in German that has a hard G sound, like a J sound. Literally the word, the letter G in the German alphabet is gay. Streamer with a lot of viewers seemingly must be interesting. Well, no, again, the whole idea is that if you see somebody who's got a huge following and they've got a bunch of viewers in their chat, or at least people like watching the chat, even if they're not interacting, you are convinced by, just the sheer metrics of it, that this has to be somebody worth following, worth watching, or whatever. I understand the concept of it. Authentic and organic. I appreciate you, Lugia. No, for real. All right, so this whole thing, extraction shooters seem to be all the rage right now. No, they're not. These people are retarded. This is why I need to actually get back to writing more articles. Extraction shooters are not all the rage right now. There's a handful of them that have recently come out and a handful that have been shut down. The developer explained that while the Cube Save Us started with a lot of support and affection from players, it will have its end of story as it officially closes a month from now on May 8th. So you've got some time to check it out for the sake of curiosity. Like, come on, man. Yeah, there's like 2 extraction shooters that are popular. I didn't realize how unpopular Marauders was. Marauders had a really cool vibe, really cool aesthetic. The kind of thing people say about Marathon, and I look at it and go, this is garbage. Marauders actually had a really cool aesthetic, but for me, it's like I just didn't get into the game so much, and then it's like basically dead at this point. Rakai, my god, dude. I have said before, I'll say it again, Rakai literally makes more people racist, okay? That little idiot makes people racist on a daily basis. Voice modulator, VTuber model. Okay, can you guys tell me if I'm off base on this? A lot of people in the VTubing community were really big mad. They were big mad at Asmongold again, because Asmon said the other day that basically female VTubers are essentially naturally going to be more successful than male, and a lot of the female VTubers are basically only famous because they're, let's just say, sexualized avatar, and even if they're hot or not, basically female VTubers have a point in existing, whereas male VTubers don't. He's 100% right. Yeah, okay, so even like, for example, people point to like Rev says Dezu, right? Rev's avatar is of a girl. So I don't know if it's a situation where you go like, okay, but he's a guy. Yes, but his avatar is still literally a girl. That's the whole weird thing about Rev, right? Yeah, I can't think of a male VTuber aside from like I don't even know if does Gundam use a VTuber avatar when he streams. I don't think I've even caught a Gundam stream. I don't think Shoe on Head is not hot though in that sense. I think Shu is attractive conventionally, but she also has that mom thing going on now. My confusion when I first watched Rev was palpable. Yeah, dude, I bet. Ninja Sanji VTubers are basically the only successful male VTubers in the entire scene. He took the girl avatar to mock other guys. Well, that would make sense. Gundam's VTuberness is immaterial. He isn't using it the way Asmongold's talking about, right? You think she's hard as fuck? Really? I mean, I'm not saying she's not hot. I just think Shu is just, I don't know. Anyways, so that game is dead. If you guys haven't seen any footage of this, I didn't pull it up, but this thing is a hot mess. Okay, this thing is garbage. What was it called? The Cube Save Us? Yeah. I had never even heard of this game before like 2 or 3 weeks ago. This thing is straight up ass. Like, where is it at here? Everything is videos on it. I can't even find the actual trailer. Early access. Okay, here's the early access trailer, all right? Pull this up.
A radiance bright as the sun engulfs the world.
Is it worse than Redfall? Well, it got closed down. Redfall didn't, did it?
As ordinary as breath.
Who was It's a Waifu?
Confront death today to claim another day of life. O Cube, have mercy upon us. Grant us salvation.
Oh, Boxy. I know about Boxy.
Cube!
Gundam's female model. Oh my god. I didn't know Gundam had a female model. That's crazy. It's offline but playable. Well, they got content out of it, but not the kind they wanted, I don't think. Somebody pointed out that this is an extraction game where there's no guns. So it's not even an extraction shooter. This Cube Save Us game, it's like there's zombies. I don't think there's PvP in the game. If there is, I don't see it showcased here so much. And it's all like zombie characters, and you don't have any guns. Everybody has like a melee weapon, which I actually don't even hate. I don't even hate the concept of not having ranged weapons in a game per se. I like hack and slash, so that's not the deal breaker for me, but like the entire vibe of the game is garbage. Dude, it looks terrible. He used it for 3 months before retiring. Nice. Extraction melee, exactly, yes. It's an entirely new genre, extraction melee. Dude, it just looks like a worse version of that Time Takers game. Yeah, I mean, look at these skins. My God, these games only exist to try to sell skins. Like, you can't even see. Hang on, let me move this real quick. I mean, look at this skin right here, guys. Look at this, okay? You got like the see-through pantyhose. You got like the cleavage and the bunny ears. Like, obviously they were trying to sell skins with this game. That's all it was. Yeah, stacked, exactly. Japanese waitress hostess. Oh my God. Escape the cube. Generic Chinese looking boss. Yeah, exactly. Asset flip, pump and dump. Dude, so many of these games all look the same. And yeah, exactly. The character's hot. Yeah, but the thing about it is all they have is hot. It's not even a sexy skin. It's a weird skin. Like, don't get me wrong. I like the skin part of it, but there's nothing else to it. It's just like attractive girls gets only initial views. You need depth. And the thing is, there's no depth there. And unfortunately, guys, I mentioned it in my video earlier because it just came to me all of a sudden when I was thinking about extraction shooters, the perpetual decline that so many of them are in, comparing like the Western extraction shooter experience, like the marathon type games in High Guard, to like the First Descendant and other like the Korean and Eastern games. And I got thinking about it. I'm like, wait a second, what about Mecha Break? You guys remember Mecha Break, right? Mecha Break had like 130,000 people played it at its peak, and the game is dead. And that character has not gay. Why am I thinking gay? Oh my God. I just read hey, honey, honey, hey, and I said gay. I'm retarded. Just keep that in mind. No, Mecha Break is down to like 600 people that were playing it earlier. I want a Mecha Break. Dude, Mecha Break, the gameplay was actually pretty fun. It was pretty fun, but they just didn't stick the landing. You know, they just didn't. Cube from that's who the other Cube game is. Do you all think Marathon will survive the year? Yes, 100%. I 100% believe Marathon will be here this time next year, but I guarantee you it's going to have a single player mode by that point, and they're probably going to do a hell of a lot more to try to encourage people to be more PV. This is the funny thing, guys. Here's the funny thing. Marathon has basically been marketed by the player base, not by the people that made the game per se, but by the player base as the anti-Arc Raiders. It's the serious PvP for the serious people, not the dads, not the, the little crybabies that are on Arc Raiders. It's the serious PvP game, right? It's like, okay, well, I like PvP, sure. I don't like Marathon, but that's beside the point. But I believe that in order for them to keep Marathon alive, they're probably going to try to cater to a more casual audience, which is going to piss off the core players of Marathon, because the core Marathon people are like the whole, get those Arc Raider dirty peasants out of here. We don't want PvE. We want PvP, right? Mecha Break was a crappy arena mobile game at its core. It couldn't hide from its limits. Yeah, but I thought the gameplay was pretty fun. I'm not going to lie. I thought the gameplay for Mecha Break was actually decent. But again, I'm not playing it right now. I mean, case in point, I'm playing other games. I played Mecha Break like twice, and I moved on, It needs wow moments, big boss, etc. Well, I guess there's a big boss in the actual, the Cryo Archive, which is only available on the weekends. So that's a thing. Those games are Korean and Chinese money pit cash shops. It's that the West can't make successful games anymore, that people are focusing on them. I don't understand why they gatekeep content people who have a job. That's a great question. And here's the thing. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I truly don't believe that any game developer with a vision for what they're doing, again, the whole idea of not every game is for everybody, right? That's fine. You stick with the vision for your game, make the game that you believe in, and hopefully enough people enjoy your game and want to play it, and then a successful game is going to resonate with enough people who like what your vision was, right? And they like it, they go with it, they buy it, they support you. The problem with Marathon is, while they might have made the game they wanted to make, not enough people are buying in, and not enough people are sticking around because of their vision being a very niche experience, a very unique, catered to a very sweaty small group of people. That's fine. You can do that. But they spent AAA money on a small budget type game. My vision's augmented. Hey, section. One day Sony will prevent their devs from telling their customers they suck and they don't need them. Well, good luck with that. I feel like, dude, I didn't even watch Dezembro's video this week yet. I need to watch his video tomorrow on that Mirror's Edge, I think is the game that retard David Goldfarb, I don't know if he has me blocked on Twitter or not. That guy's a lunatic. He was complaining about this other game being like a ripoff of it or something. There are so many devs who straight up hate gamers. It's insane. And hate other developers. They hate indie developers. They hate anybody who can do it on their own. It's insane. So Asmongold, speak of the devil, we talked about him a second ago, got banned for an entire week because he said he didn't give an F about the opinions of illiterate third worlders. Well, I've said that on Twitch before, but I have no viewers on Twitch. So I can't get banned on Twitch if nobody sees it. So if you guys want to go report me on Twitch. Oh, man. Then I could do the whole quartering thing. Be like, my channel's under attack. Why would you make a niche game for millions? It's beyond... Hey, Black Cat, I mean, yeah, I didn't make the game. Not my budget, not my money. I don't know. I don't know. That's just terrible decision making on their part, It is what it is. It's absolutely insane how stupid Sony looks. Microsoft's just evil morons trying to destroy their private market. Sony's an equipment company who became entertainment, and now they make slop, right? I have a job and play Marathon. To get into the in-game content, you need to quit your job for that. Yeah, honey, honestly, that is it's not a smart move, because I didn't realize when the whole Cryo Archive thing, because, look, people were all talking about, Marathon, this whole puzzle thing to figure out how to unlock. I'm like, okay, sure, if you're autistic and you love that and that's great and entertaining for you, cool. Nobody outside of, it's kind of like Horizon, like the entire Horizon universe, like the Horizon Zero Dawn games and stuff. Nobody outside of the PlayStation echo chamber gives a shit about the Horizon games. I never think about them. I don't hate them. I don't love them. I don't think about them. So nobody outside of the Marathon bubble Gave two shits about the cryo archive and how it was unlocked. Couldn't care less, right? But then I found out, like a week and a half ago, I didn't realize that the whole cryo archive thing could only be played on the weekend. And I'm like, wait a second. Some people work like a lot on the weekend. Sure, I've had to deal with this being self-employed my entire life practically, where like my in-laws would be like, oh, what are you guys doing this weekend? And she's like, Daniel's working. You guys know he's working. He works all day Saturday, you know? Not everybody has the option to play their video games all weekend long. So why would you do that intentionally, like to limit the amount of people who have access to that content? It's insane, you know? I've heard Sony's desperate for PS6 for a palette changer. When they switch to PS6, do you think they try to go back towards single-player content to get back to core gamers? I don't know. I don't know that Sony knows anything at this point. I don't know that Sony has a clue what they're doing. I think Sony is just basically hoping that... It's kind of like Michael says on The Office, that sometimes he just starts a sentence and he hopes he finds himself along the way. I think that's where Sony's at this point. Sony's lost, at least as long as they continue to listen to the US-based branch of the company. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. He said, would someone be banned for saying they don't care about what an American's opinion is in the Middle East? Of course not. Blatant double standard. I didn't break TOS. Yeah, this has got a lot of people, like the Hassans of the world, spurring out about it. But honestly, you know that Asmon, his time is limited on Twitch. They put up with him for now because he's got enough viewers. But I could see him eventually making the full-time switch over to like Kick or something. I don't think he'd ever go to Rumble. But Kick full-time, probably. PS6 is in deep shit like everything else because of the RAM. Oh, dude, yeah. Although, I was hearing that the RAM situation was going better. He'd go to YouTube. But he already uploads his clips and videos and stuff to YouTube. But wouldn't that be like double dipping? I kind of feel like he'd be better off... Oh, he's actually streaming on Rumble? Because he said he wasn't going to stream at all until he was back on. Kick's not big enough, but it wouldn't matter if Kick was big enough. If they gave him a big fat paycheck, he would take it. I mean, he would stream. So he is streaming on Rumble. Really? I thought he wasn't going to. Crazy. He's been talking about going to Rumble full-time. Dude, that would be a mistake. I'm sorry. Look, I'm streaming to Rumble right now, too. I believe in having other platforms. For me, Rumble ain't it. Rumble's just not it, you know? He earns around 170K on Kick. Are we talking monthly or yearly? He's more specific than talking about the goat herders, people who are going to believe the AI type videos and the Iran propaganda. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, if he went to Kick full time exclusively, there would be a lot of people that moved over. I think that would honestly be, I don't know. Again, I'm not here to tell Asmon how to stream and where to go. He's got that shit figured out himself. I'm sure he's got his backup plan. So that's monthly. Okay. Let me see. What else do we have here? Oh, Crimson Desert. All my Crimson Desert nerds in the chat. Equilibrium. I'm sure you're excited about this, right, buddy? Oh, yeah. DB Wild. Crimson Desert Character Creator mod has been released for PC that lets you create your custom main characters. Current features, 98 face presets, 159 hairstyles, most armors adjusted to fit the female body, with planned features for more customization options, eyebrows, eye color, eyeliner, etc. More races, orcs and goblins are confirmed. Female animations almost ready, coming soon. More armor variety and icons for hair and face presets. Male character creator is releasing tomorrow. That's crazy. Voice stays the same? I don't know. Oh, you're not interested in that? Some creators had good luck going to Rumble full time. Followers who liked them enough followed, and the intake from spores better at Rumble. You think character creator mod is sus? I don't know. Cliff, Damien, and Unka are fine as they are. Yeah, I don't think more options is necessarily a bad thing. Rumble doesn't work as well as other platforms. I mean, that's kind of my take on the entire thing. My problem with Rumble is just like Kick or Twitch. It's the discoverability part. I mean, it's like, guys, look, I upload my videos to Odyssey, to BitChute, to Rumble. I upload them to all three of those platforms as well as to YouTube. I stopped uploading directly to Twitter because Twitter's just a dumpster fire, let's be honest. Hey, Empress. And, you know, it is what it is. Twitter is a shit show. It's where we go to fling mud at each other and use slurs you can't use on other platforms and post nasty, funny, weird memes. And it's a dumpster fire, right? You got to treat Twitter the way it is. But uploading content there is kind of like, for me, I'd rather direct people from Twitter to YouTube because Twitter doesn't pay shit unless you're like, again, one of those top 1% people. Odyssey is still around. I stopped live streaming to Odyssey about a month ago because it stopped working properly. I realized after I'd set up the stream, because you do the custom URL and stream key just like with Rumble, I realized after about a month that my live streams, even though I had a chat box open for Odyssey, wasn't even working. Like it wasn't even synchronizing. I feel like sandbox worlds work best if it has a character creator. So Matt, the thing I hope for is once they figure out multiplayer, then I hope that there's an actual built-in character creator that goes along with that so that you can create your character for like a co-op experience, right? Oh, thanks, QC. Yeah, guys, like the stream. I'm very bad about telling people to like the stream. At least it's not body type 1 and 2. Yeah. Couldn't finish the MMO and dumped it as a single-player game. Yeah, no, Black Cat, there's signs of that all over the game. Ironically, the game is still fun. It's crazy. Like, I still think the game's like an 8 out of 10, but no, they even had to admit to that. There were so many things that they just didn't have done, you know? Which is going to get us into this Samson thing in a minute here. So, because I haven't even read... I haven't even read this statement from the official devs over at the Samson game. So, Samson. This is a game, and this is not me puffing out my chest and saying I knew I was right all along, and anybody who's excited about this game was dumb, or no. I like when people are excited about trailers and things that they see, and they're hopeful that the game's going to be a great, amazing, great, and all that. Like Mortal Shell 2. I'm over here in the camp of, oh my god, I will buy that game day one, stream it, play it, think about it, do nothing but play that game in my free time, right? But Samson is one of those games because I'm not into the GTA stuff. I had one Max Payne game that I played. I'm not really into all that sandbox type stuff when it comes to like the beat 'em up gangs and all that kind of shit. I just don't, it's just not my thing, you know? It's not my thing. The quest and story get better as you go along, but that's another one of my complaints about the game is I don't think a game needs you to get at least multiple hours into it before it starts getting fun or interesting. So that's, again, another criticism I've had of Crimson Desert since day one. That is by far something I think they need to rework the entire first couple hours of that game. But that being said, this Samson game, a lot of people thought, hey, we're so back. This trailer looks so good. You know, it's rough, it's fighting, it's tough. You know, he looks like a big tough guy or whatever. And I'm like, all right. And I watched it. I'm like, okay, it looks decent. Not a game I'd play, whatever. I just wasn't feeling it. You know, I wasn't feeling it. And apparently the game is kind of all over the place. So they put out this tweet. Samson is officially out. We are aware that some of you are running into issues at launch, and we take that seriously. The team is actively investigating and working on fixes, and we've shared more details here. So the details here, now, keep in mind, this is a $25 game. Small development team. We're not talking about a AAA title, right? You really want to play Grand Theft Waifu? I've never even heard of that one. Don't want to play 2 hours of slog at first. I mean, if you know what to do and where to go and how to get through it quickly, because so many people have played the game, you could probably get through the first couple of hours in Crimson Desert in just probably about an hour or less. But yeah, I mean, dude, I was not in love with the first hour of the game. I'm not even going to lie. It's just, the first hour wasn't great, you know? Yeah, hey, Vernum, Twitter's a dumpster fire, man. It's a mess. It is what it is. So they put out this post that says, "Hi, everyone. It's launch day and Samson is here. We've been having a lot of fun watching folks have fun with the game, and we released a game with flaws for a number of reasons." All right, so guys, this is right away one of those, it's not a bug, it's a feature kind of statements, right? Imagine selling a product and on day one telling people, yeah, we released it broken for a reason. I mean, at least it plays better than Mind's Eye. That's not saying much, dude. And I've seen some moments that look about like just as bad as Mind's Eye. Early impressions are mixed, and many of you are experiencing game-breaking bugs and performance issues. That's unacceptable, and we're listening to everyone's feedback and are hard at work to deliver the game we spent years of our lives developing. All right, full stop. Full stop. If you knew the game wasn't ready, and you knew it was broken, and you knew that people were going to have issues with it, yet you spent years of your life making it, you should have taken a little more time to finish the game. That's all. That's all. You know? You should it's not like, okay, for example, Crimson Desert. Crimson Desert, game that came out, that obviously they rushed, but the game itself, for me, I mean, I had no problem. The game was not broken at all. No issue running the game on cinematic mode. No issue with the actual graphics and the actual like frames and all that in the game. No game-breaking bugs that I experienced. Movement was a little rough. The controller, all these kind of things. There were little issues that they didn't take the time to fine-tune because they rushed the game. Wow, it wasn't a broken game. They're talking, you rushed a broken game out, and you're telling people now, oh, we're going to fix it, don't worry, right? Launching a game is a ton of work, and I'm proud of the effort our team has put into seeing Samson from its initial concept through release. It's hard to develop a game when you're running out of monies. Well, okay, we call that a skill issue. And my take on that, my cynical, capitalistic, let's just say a little more realistic view of life, is if you don't have the money to finish the product, you don't get to sell it broken, hoping to make enough money back to finish the product after you release it. I feel like that's just a really shitty business practice, right? Even from a small development team, I'm sorry, it just is what it is. We're committed to the future of both Samson and Tindleston. What is Tindleston? Is that a separate game connected to this one? And this game will grow over time on all fronts, quality, gameplay, and content. Thank you for supporting us and sticking with us with this super exciting launch day. We will continue to keep our ears to the ground and improve the game with your support. It doesn't help the new developers seem to have no experience in coding. That'd be a problem. Win DLSS 5, though. Oh, my God. Digital and always online has made developers and publisher policies really lazy. Rush the game to release, call it early access, and have players pay to beta test it. Yeah, there's no excuse for releasing an unfinished product. I'm not going to apologize or make excuses for Pearl Abyss releasing Crimson Desert not complete, not the way it was supposed to be at launch. Again, kudos on you if you go back and fix it. That's good. But you can't make apologies for somebody who doesn't deliver what they intended to deliver. You have to take all the criticism with, the good with the bad, the praise with the criticism. Miss the good old days when devs would build half the game using ASM so that it can run on a half-broken calculator. Yeah, hold this turd. We'll combine, stick a flower in it. Okay. What I can tell you now is there's a patch coming on Friday. So they're not even... Oh my God. Okay. Now let's compare apples to apples. Crimson Desert released the game right away. Within like 24, 48 hours, they released a patch, right? Within like 2 days, they released a patch that was like, okay, here's all these things we're doing to fix the game. We're going to try to fix all these problems. And they went at it hard, right? Tingleston is the Dan's OF. Oh my God. So these guys are like, oh yeah, we dropped the game and it's bad. But, well, I guess, when did the game come out? Yesterday or today? I guess that's 2 days, but still not the size and scope and scale. They're a smaller team. I don't know. Maybe the patch that comes out on Friday will fix everything. Came out yesterday? Okay, so they're waiting one more day to really start addressing the issues. Not a good look. But we'll see. We'll see if it fixes all the issues people are having on Fridays. I've seen some crazy clips out there, though. Miko, thanks for finding on whatever platform you're on. Hopefully you're not a bot, and if you are, well, nice knowing you. It says, several performance fixes will be coming, focusing on PSO-related hitches, several crash fixes related to audio, animation, and GPU, several fixes for mission and progression-related issues, several fixes for gameplay-related issues, several updates for general polish on various parts of the game. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at some gameplay, okay? So here's what I'm seeing. This is from Shirako Gaming, big YouTuber. He does all these like full playthroughs on games and uploads it, right? Here is part of his experience playing the game. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is not the game that we saw trailers of, guys. I'm sorry. This ain't it. Oh my God. So again, talking about comparing apples to apples, I never saw anything. Oh my God, look at his face. Johnny Somali Simulator. Holy shit. T-pose fighting style, very powerful. And again, to be clear, even like Cyberpunk, to be as transparent as possible, there were people who played Cyberpunk who didn't have any issues with it at all. So while I'm not saying that that's the norm, the majority of people had issues with the game. Obviously, not everybody's going to have this exact same experience. He looks like stroke face Mark Hamill. Oh my God. You're not wrong about that. But this is just so bad. Wait. This guy says, oh my God, me too, just now on the same mission. Yo! My boy's T-posing the whole way. Holy crap. Oh, wow. So whoever said the game's not broken, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what to tell you. This is a broken game. This is a busted game, okay? I was the day when Cyberpunk Buy had a shit rig, GTX 1060, but I didn't have any major bugs, just low setting graphics. Yeah, I mean, Matt, the thing is, I typically have gotten, when I was still using my 5600 XT, I never really ran into a game I couldn't play. I just had to turn down the settings. That was it. That was the one downside to having a lower end GPU. Don't I walk or float wherever I go? I wish. My knee is killing me, dude. From the last couple of days of freaking, moving furniture and shit, I'm in pain, man. It's so bad. Make yourself big to assert dominance. It works if you're fighting bears. If you're out in the woods and you got to fight a bear, they say to make yourself seem larger, like, get your hands up and do the whole, like, yell, and if you have, like, a bullhorn or something, that's great. Yeah, so I don't know what this is. This is ass is what it is. I'm gliding here. All right. Let me see. Wait. Oh my God, guys. Okay. If you run into a bear in the forest, you're dead. Depends on the kind of bear. If it's a little black bear, you're fine. I don't even. How many people worked on this game? Is this like a 5-person team? Like I can honestly forgive it if it's like a tiny little, like maybe 3 or 4 people or something. I guess I understand why things look so rough. But this is awful. And the mission was you being a mannequin on rails. The car made him trip. Yeah, dude, I'm sorry. This just looks like ass. And I get that there were people excited about this, but holy shit, this is bad. All right. Let's see. Gaming Bolt. I don't know which way they tend to swing on this stuff. No gay reference intended. I'm rubber and you're a Buick. You may kill me, but I'll make you bounce back. Worse physics than GTA 4. When bear creeps into my campsite, I drop trouser, not to show dominance and showing the bear something big, but because it's easy to run away from a laughing animal. You ever do that if someone breaks into your house? Just run at him naked, see if he'll run away. Don't answer that question. I don't want to know. And stay out of my house. All right, let's see what Gaming Bolt had to say about this game. I want to know if they talk about the actual issues with the game itself. Hang on, let's see.
I was really looking forward to Samson, a Tindleston story.
First lie right there. I do know that some people were looking forward to this game, but again, I don't really understand it, but fine. Tindleston's story must mean it's connected to another Tindleston game, I guess.
It looked a bit like Sleeping
Great
Dogs,
Jehovah's Witnesses that way.
Putting me in the shoes of someone with nothing to lose and letting me take on baddies as I saw fit.
Baddies, oh my God.
Its pre-release footage hooked me instantly. The combat felt punchy, the graphics looked absolutely stunning, and the story seemed like something that might be right up my alley. And all of that at a price point of 25 USD? The whole combination felt almost unbelievable. Something had to give, right? Well, after playing...
That is the thing, Cage, and I wonder how many people who are double dipping as Sony LARPing PlayStation fanboys who also play on computer are doing like all the shilling for Marathon, because given the fact that Marathon's Sony, you would think that the PlayStation fanboys would be defending it the hardest. But the majority of the players are on PC, on Steam. So it makes me wonder, all these people who talk shit about PC and who are like console warriors, are they actually playing Marathon on PC as it was probably intended to be played, but also defending Sony? It's an interesting, like, weird dynamic we got going on.
In the game, things are not always smooth for our protagonist, Samson.
See, nothing about this gameplay grabbed me from the trailer. I'm like, okay, so he's punching people. Cool.
Let's focus on the story first. You play as Samson McCrae, a former driver who returns to his hometown.
They want
of
single-player
Tyndallston,
games, so they won't
carrying
defend
a
it.
huge debt after a heist gone wrong. His sister Una made a deal with the
Generic
bad
as hell,
guys,
dude.
and if Samson pays back the debt, their lives will be spared. Much of the plot has a serious, dark tone as you take on jobs, and more on that in a bit, to
Are there no guns in the game at all? Oh my god. So we just talked about the extraction game that's not an extraction shooter because all the weapons are melee, and now we're talking about this Samson game and there's no guns at all? Wait, none of the bad guys even have guns? Oh my god.
slowly pay off what you owe. Along the way, you meet quite a few characters, each with their own twists to the tale.
Never heard about it outside my
Now,
Twitter
without
feed?
revealing too much,
That's crazy.
This is a grounded urban crime story, very much in the vein of Sleeping Dogs. And although it never reaches those heights, Samson still has a decent tale
Right,
to
Averno,
tell.
it's Timu Max Payne
The
without
voice
the John
acting
Woo
is
style gun
decent
poof.
overall,
Yes.
though Una's performance can be pretty corny. Samson, on the other hand, kept me curious enough to see the story chapter by chapter. So overall, the plot is decent. And while it doesn't do much that feels
It's made by liberals who think this is what happens when you make guns illegal, that crooks just stop using them. Right, exactly.
fresh, it stayed engaging enough in my experience.
You want in on this? We're gonna sniff us some rat glue.
No. We're gonna get into the whisper trade.
So those are the choices? Rat glue or whisper?
Oh, what, are you coming here to judge us?
Well, that's a real question is all.
The core of Samson revolves around taking on jobs, earning money for the day, progressing the story, and paying off your debt. There's pretty much every kind of job you can imagine here, whether it's tailing an NPC, chasing down a convoy and crashing it out, taking out bad guys, delivering.
I understand what you're saying, Equilibrium. It's impressive. It's maybe like 10 people. What I don't understand, though, is, okay, I'm all for supporting AA games and indie games and everything else, people who aren't part of the AAA, like the scummy, incestuous industry that it is. But at some point, don't you just want to play a good game? This, to me, doesn't look like anything I'd ever want to play. Part of it's the gameplay style. I'm not a big, like, GTA guy, so I don't give two shits about it. But beyond that, this looks like a game that's trying to copy better games. This is like if you compare High Guard to a game like Apex Legends or even like Call of Duty back in the day, right? Why would you want to play the inferior like copy of something that's just not going to be as good as the original, you know?
Items, tackling time trials, or escaping the law in a chase. It is all the sort of stuff that many open world
Do the
games
cops have guns?
explored in the past. And as such, these missions do not bring much novelty to the table, even if they are generally serviceable. If you're interested in Samson,
Jeff, still waiting for
chances
that
are
apology.
you've already played missions like these before. Now that's not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes simplicity
He's
and
been waiting a
sense of
long time for that
familiarity
one.
are all that you need, and Samson generally does an okay job with its mission design. However, if you're hoping for something truly remarkable, like the standout missions you find in GTA, well, no, that's just not happening here. Once
It's
you
just a
complete
white guy
jobs,
beating the crap
you
out of
earn
black guys.
cash
This is racist.
and action points, with the latter being used to complete or retry missions. Cash, meanwhile, can also be
People say the same stuff about Crimson Desert, to copy GTA, RDR, etc., and saying if it was Ubisoft, it'd be mocked. My point is not about it being a copy or similar. I'm saying, why play an inferior copy or an inferior game that's similar to a game that's better? Crimson Desert, I'd rather play than Red Dead Redemption or Grand Theft Auto, right? I don't view Crimson Desert as the inferior copy. I think that it did whatever it's doing well enough to make me actually want to play the game. This, to me, I think I'd rather play Max Payne, is all my point is. She played it, but I didn't get to tune in. Yeah, she played it while I was busy all night with softball-related activities and stuff.
spent on repairing your vehicle, refilling petrol and nitro, and changing tires. Once you're out of action points, you return to your apartment.
And the driving
If you
looks
hit your
fine. It's
daily
like
debt targets-
the actual like maneuvering around the car looks like any other, sandbox, GTA type game. Once you get to the character, the movement looks so janky. I don't know.
refilling petrol and nitro, and changing tires. Once you're out of action points, you return to your apartment. If you hit your daily debt targets,
I
all
haven't.
is
It's
well.
been so many years since I played the first Dragon's Dogma. Dragon's Dogma for me had a very different vibe than Crimson Desert. Like, I know people have compared them, But I'm trying to think, just the pawn system alone, I don't know, I feel like part of the game itself, maybe it's because the game is so much older. I haven't played Dragon's Dogma in years. Like, I know people have compared the two, but I can't remember enough about Dragon's Dogma to really relate it to Crimson Desert, but I've heard comparisons.
But if you keep missing them, you receive a strike, and the next
pawn
morning,
system was
enemies will show
incredible.
up at your place to beat the socks off of you. It's an interesting system because it makes missed targets feel consequential. It gives players a real sense of urgency as they try to stay on track. Combat forms the
combat
core
looks
loop
bad.
of the experience, and when it works, the game does pack a punch, no pun intended. The combat itself is simple. You can dodge, throw light attacks,
Combat carries the
land
entire
heavy
second
punches,
game, yeah.
use
I heard
objects
the
to
second
lay
game's
enemies
not
smack
great.
down, and even make use of the environment to take enemies out. The enemy AI is acceptable, but nothing special. And at times,
Acceptable?
foes will
They
just
look
stand there
retarded.
and, well, do nothing. The camera can also become hard to deal with, sometimes putting me in situations where I could not effectively track multiple enemies at once. This kind of inconsistency does hurt the flow of fights. But when everything clicks, the combat systems could be brutally satisfying. The vehicle handling is also on point. but its
Combat system. I mean, I don't know, guys. Maybe I'm just like a deviant. If all I'm doing in a game is punching similar NPCs over and over and over again in really janky hand-to-hand combat with no weapons, there's no dismemberment, no blood, no shooting, no killing. You're just knocking people out over and over again. I'm sorry. I'm done. I'm tuning out like within 5 minutes. There's just no way. RDR2 didn't appeal to me because I wanted to be a free RPG experience like Skyrim, and the story itself turned me off. I mean, the voice actor for Arthur on RDR2 has me blocked, so I'm just not going to play the game for that reason alone. I have an excuse to like, well, I didn't ever interact with the guy and he blocked me, so fuck them. City graphics remind me of a Ubisoft game like The Division. Yeah, kind of feel it looks like The Division, doesn't it? Sexual deviant. Hey now, don't be outing all my secrets, okay? I'm gonna get myself a Jewish bowl like the quartering now, right? You just described every side scroll and beat 'em up on the SNES. Yes, but we are past that, aren't we? We're not in like 1992 anymore. Okay, this is 2026, and my taste in games has matured. I mean, I was like, when we were watching the Mortal Shell 2 trailer the other day, I was genuinely like, oh my god, I've never been this hyped for a game. I was so excited. Beyond the point where anything is truly original, so when I heard someone complain about it's just a copy of this or that, I have visions of you getting punted by a bumper in high traffic. See, I was actually a little more nuanced. I said inferior copy, thank you. I didn't just do the generic, it's a copy of a game I've already played, guys. Like, whatever.
Sequences are no burnout.
Say it's a 40%
These are
indie
simple
games
chase
on Steam.
encounters where you just keep ramming enemy vehicles until they go down. There's no real sense of style to them, but they do get the job done.
Oh, Avernum, 100%. I tried playing The Division years ago, and I think I made it like 3 hours, and I'm like, this is just not for me. The bullet sponge enemies pissed me off. Every Blizzard game did that. They reiterated well-known games, did the same. I have no problem. I have no problem at all. Third World Gaming, oh my god. I am on Twitch until they ban me. I've never like intentionally gone on my way to violate their terms of service, but I have no pull on Twitch, guys. My channel's dead on Twitch, and I have no interest in being a Twitch streamer. I just stream there because I'm already on Twitch anyways. Same with Kick. I made the accounts years ago, and I'm like, well, I'm there. We'll just do our regular YouTube stream, and we'll stream to Twitch and Kick as well. So whatever. Yeah, like, I mean, this part of the game might be the most satisfying looking part. The combat I hate. It's funny because everyone else was really excited about the combat in the trailers. I'm like, the combat looks boring. At least this looks like a decent sandbox type game. You've never played either one? Well, I don't know if the second one's better than the first.
Also compact progression systems
I didn't dig
where
the
you can
first
earn
one.
experience and skill points to unlock abilities.
They fear the
such as
beardos.
seeing police patrols.
Well, this
on
is
the
a very
minimap,
short beard.
carrying more painkillers,
This time last
or
year, it was like
making your
down to here
vehicle deal more
practically.
damage to targets.
NFS
Overall, the
Most
combat
Wanted,
system
yeah.
is solid, but there's a clear sense that the game needed some more time in development.
Story mission
as
of an
the
Need for Speed
inconsistent
game.
level of polish. Well, it's hard to
You guys are on the
ignore.
same
Speaking of
same
that
track
lack of
there.
polish, the game clearly has its share of animation and bug-related issues. Samson climbs over fences awkwardly. His jumps feel clunky and can sometimes leave him stuck between objects, and there is clipping here and there. NPCs feel stiff and lifeless, both visually and...
I mean, if this is truly like a small person developer, like development team and stuff, I can't complain about the way the game looks in general, like the architecture and stuff. There's a lot there. Granted, it could have just been pre-rendered assets that they just purchased and plugged into the game, but still, I mean, the game has plenty of environment that looks pretty decent.
From a technical standpoint. And many of them simply stand around and do nothing or engage in random animations, nonsensical activities, and the like.
There's a lot of NPCs.
Their AI is fairly basic, and most of them feel like background filler more than meaningful parts of the world. Although some of them offer stories, which serve as the game's side lore,
hey, Tekla.
most interactions with them are bland or just lead to brawling. I wish Liquid Swords had done more with them, but it's clear that they were never much of a priority.
Hey, Liquid Sword, is that what you call your... never mind.
Feels like it just maybe needed some more time to cook. Fortunately, Samson's world looks amazing, and it feels like most of the game's budget went into the streets of Tindleston.
He and I are on the same wavelength there.
They pack. Made up of several districts, Tindleston is extremely well designed, with its drab, dark, and sad aesthetic standing...
Oh, Equilibrium, there's no question that Mind's Eye and this game probably aren't even in the same ballpark, because Mind's Eye was, I would say, equally as bad looking, in terms of like the actual gameplay goes, and had probably, 10 times the budget as this game, I would imagine, right? I mean, I can't even imagine the cost of that game. And then, of course, all the backstory and drama behind... What was the developer that made Mind's Eye? And then he claimed that they intentionally sabotaged the game, and we caught the guys, we found the saboteurs, and we're going to see justice done. Like, it was crazy.
Out in all of the right ways. Thanks to the developer's attention to the game's art style, the city tells a story of its own. Finding points of interest and collectibles does add a welcome sense of exploration, while
I wonder how big the actual map
the
is.
Visual
How
quality
big
of
the
the
city
world
is.
easily
Build a
one of
rocket
the
boy.
game's
Thank you,
biggest
Visser.
strengths, and although there is no dynamic day and night cycle with time changing automatically as you take on jobs, the lighting and
Making
the
an
overall charm of the
in-game
city
mission
is
about video game
still
sabotage
impressive.
you didn't see. Oh my god.
On the technical side,
Yeah,
of
I
things,
saw something
Samson
about
is a
that.
fairly
I haven't
demanding
covered it
game.
in probably 2 months.
We ran it on an RTX
I did see an
3080
updated article
Ryzen
recently
9
about it.
5950X and 16 gigabytes of RAM, with every setting cranked up to Ultra and DLSS set to performance. Frame rate stability was solid. We were not necessarily aiming for 60 FPS and above given the genre, but I can confidently say that dropping a few settings
Mark
likely
Hamill
would
gets
have
off
pushed it
Twitter.
into that mark. Perhaps Samson's biggest selling point is
He
its
really
price.
does kind of look like
At
Mark
25
Hamill, doesn't
USD,
he?
You are getting a largely functional game, and although there are noticeable issues across several areas, the price point and what the game gets right are definitely its biggest strengths. I doubt the AI problems can be fixed through patches, since that would require considerable effort, but the technical issues I mentioned certainly could be, if Liquid Swords, well, intends to address them.
Let's go, hotshot.
I don't know. For me, just
At times,
once you get out of the
Samson
car,
does feel
this game
built
just
around
looks
familiar
terrible, in
mission
my opinion.
templates, with the developers leaning more on proven ideas than bold
The Blue
new
Sky
ones.
Chronicles. Oh my god.
That feeling is not entirely misplaced, as Samson does not take too many risks. But on the other hand, it knows what it wants to do, and does that in an acceptable manner. Its world design, hand-to-hand combat, visuals, daily
Am I
debt paying
crazy?
system
Like,
with
I'm just not
consequences,
seeing
and
any
decent
appeal in
story
this game.
do enough to make it worth that 25 USD.
I was already kind of
asking
iffy on it
price.
before, and then watching
And
actual
that'll be-
gameplay, I'm like, I would get bored with this in about 5 minutes. Like, it wouldn't take me very, very long to get bored with this. Like, I'm just not seeing anything there that I would care about. I don't know. Let me see. Oh my god. Guys, we have to go. We have to talk about something. We have to... Oh god. We have to go here. Hang on. I need to find this shit. Why we're going to talk about this, I don't know, but we're going to talk about it. Looks bland. Yeah, it looks very lifeless, uninspired, generic. I don't know. There's just something there that's just not appealing, in my opinion. All right, so jump scare. Well, it's not so much a jump scare as just complete sick, twisted perverted degenerates. Bunch of weirdos. Oh, thanks for subscribing, honey. Appreciate it. You're the only person I call honey. It's a game I wouldn't even pirate. I don't know. I don't understand, like, what people see. I mean, like, we all have different taste, right? So I see gameplay of something, I go, that's badass, I love it, I want to play it. It's kind of like the whole marathon thing, guys. There are people who genuinely love the aesthetic of marathon. I hate the look of it. I look at it and go, it looks like rainbow vomit. I don't want to play it. But there are people who swear that the vibe and the aesthetic of that game is like peak, right? Like it's the best thing ever. I'm like, I don't get it. I don't see it. For me, it's just whatever. Why can't they make a game like Sleeping Dog? I mean, there's a lot of people who ask for specific types of games. Why can't we have a Titanfall 3? Okay? You know? People like the AIM community. The AIM and movement community, my guy. You can't, don't be racist or bigoted. You got to include the movement community. I think they had the right intentions. Are we talking about with Samson? I mean, I think they intended to make a game. My problem with the entire thing, and actually let's jump back to the Samson thing real quick here. My problem with the entire Samson thing is hyper-futuristic vomit. Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. Is the people down here in the comments, this guy here says, what are the reasons? Because we wanted to, talking about Samson, you know, obviously putting out a game broken at launch, because money now, fixed later. So you knew the game was busted and released it anyways, is what the line right here says. This doesn't sit right, homie. And I think that's fair. I think that's exactly, you know. Hey, Sam Fisher. What's going on? So we just talked about Samson. The game just came out yesterday. $25, not expensive, small team, but kind of buggy, kind of broken. A lot of, you know, issues with the game. So, you know, there's just a lot there. But people commenting on this patch note that they put out there, this community note saying that they're going to fix the game on Friday. There's going to be a patch that fixes a bunch of stuff. But basically that they knew the game was broken and they released it anyways. It's kind of the long and the short of it. One guy says, if I had to be critical, I would say make it so I can take any car, even those occupied, make it possible to take down all cars on a takedown mission with only one car, make the mission loot, i.e. recovering gear, show up as a dots on the minimap. There's a lot of things people can ask for. One guy here says quality control. Who plays the game before release? Good question. You knew the game was running like garbage and decided to launch anyways. Will you be adding guns in the new update? Let's see what the response to this one is. That would defeat the wood purpose. I think he had a typo there. That would defeat the purpose of the game as a beat 'em up. I think you can have a beat 'em up experience and still have guns as an option, you know? Smash and Grab, they might have played their own game too much. Only plans of bringing the game to console. Oh my god. You guys, the game's not in good state as it is right now, and you guys are already asking about console release. Holy shit. Yeah, there's guns and beat 'em up games. Yeah. They're just one option. Let's see. There was apparently a supporter edition pack DLC. Was this removed or something that's maybe coming in the future? Another guy says, I played the first hour. Runs great on my system. No bugs. So it sounds like an early access game to me. Yeah. Nothing special. Might buy it when it gets a deep discount down to $5. Oof. Another person asking when it's coming. Okay, our console players, and guys, no hate. I own a Nintendo. I own a couple Xboxes. No shade to PlayStation. I just never owned one, right? And I probably won't buy another console till the day I die at this point. But are console players that hard up for good games that they're actually asking when Samson's coming to console? I mean, let's be honest, guys. I don't quite understand. People did this shit over Code Violet. You had Sony fanboys defending Code Violet before it came out. And that game I knew was going to be like hella awful, like hot dog shit, right? I knew it was bad. Yes, they are. That's crazy to me because there are so many games out there. Hello, beta testers. Exactly. You know, it is what it is. Core gameplay loop is not fun. This would be my biggest concern with this game. Oh my god, the guy's name is Girthquake Gaming. Oh my god. Let me see if my sound alerts are working because this one needs a where's that at? There it is. Girthquake Gaming. Ultimately, the core gameplay loop is not fun. It's the same 3 mission types for the entirety of the game. This feels like you had to release something. That's bad. Another, we'll fix it later rather than updating the game under people's noses. I'm sorry, but I'm done with the Western devs having this mindset and spoiled by Crimson Desert. Ironic, Sam Fisher, because that game was rushed too, but I will argue that they did a much better job fixing it quickly. I think the time and attention put into the patches that they released for the game immediately after kind of salvaged it, because you saw that negative to mixed review rate skyrocket after that first week to up to like, what, 82, 85% positive? The girth is wide. Yes, I'm a console person and we're deprived of good games. Oh, fair enough. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I thought there was definitely more games than that on console. Look, I know we have the majority of games on Steam. There's like probably 80% of the games that are on Steam released every year are dog shit that nobody touches. But that 20% is still like, what, 4,000 games in a year, 5,000 games in a year or something? It's a crazy amount of games on Steam. Game was released unfinished and you knew it. Come on, bro. You were aware before you shipped it in this state. I spent the 25, but this shit ass, bro. Do better. Unplayable, lots of bugs, bad textures. So for anybody who says the game isn't broken, I'm sorry. It seems like a lot of people are saying that, and the rare exception are people like this saying, not an issue. I'm with you. I love gameplay and game. I love gameplay and game. Is this man, is he from, hang on. Socialism is key. Okay, I have to see. Where's... He's from India, of course. Hello? Hello, would you like long distance service? Okay. So, moving on. Yes, thank you, come again. There's next to nothing coming out on console. The drought is real. That's bad. Same 3 mission types. Assassin's Creed has entered the chat. Exactly. Hell yeah. All right. So, you guys remember when this article came out? I made this this video, and that was the last one I made for like 5 days ago. I've been tired and busy and no time. Talking about people with their weird, disgusting, Geekazu, weird freaking fantasy fetish. The way that they interpret any sort of like media. They watch a children's movie and instantly their brain goes to, can I fuck it? Can I make it gay? Or, you know, how can this relate to me in some way, right? Talked about bumming a fox and then ghosted us. Yes. That was all planned. That was all planned. My worst performing video in probably about a 2-month time period. And then I went on a 5-day hiatus. You make videos. You know what, Cage? Shut up. We already had this conversation. Shut up. Pro-socialism, bio, opinion rejected with prejudice. Hell yeah, Matt Stanford. Anyways, not only an Indian, but a communist. Oh, that journalist is childless and probably has monkeypox. I'm not even kidding. Okay, this is the same man. So, to be clear, just so we're all on the same page, prior to this opinion about the Mario Galaxy movie, which I still haven't watched and I have zero opinion on, guys. I don't know. I don't know if I'll love or hate Super Mario Galaxy. I don't care. I'll watch it when I watch it, right? Amount of people who want to do Judy and Zootopia is crazy. You know, that's the crazy. Zootopia is like, he mentions Zootopia in this article. Of course, he's talking about the fox in this one, though. I'm like, you know, guys, I thought Zootopia was just a good, interesting, cute kids movie, like a decent movie for my kids. I never once thought about fucking one of the animals. Like, this is just crazy, right? So this man, Kenneth Shepard, over at Kotaku, put out the article after Resident Evil Requiem came out. The whole Leon Kennedy, I'm on prep, so I can take my ass blasting whenever you're ready. Rubber or no rubber, I'm ready to go, boy. That was that man, the same guy that wrote that article. Okay. Yeah, check out his other articles. Well, we're getting there. We are getting there. Because this is not even about this furry thing. Okay? Oh yeah, Sam Fisher, you didn't know that, man? Oh my God. Yeah, he put out this article talking about how basically he wanted to do Leon Kennedy, and the headline, the title of the article was Leon Kennedy, I'm on PrEP, as in preparatory meds for HIV. Okay? Preventative meds. So, short while later, Super Mario Galaxy comes out, and lo and behold, he sees a children's movie and thinks about furries when he sees Fox McCloud. All right. Fast forward to, I think it's 4 days later. Oh, not even one day later. 1 day later. Same man over on Kotaku. Bowser, I know what you are. Bisexual. Same man with more terrible takes about the same children's movie. Video game characters, fictional characters that were never intended. Yes. Yeah, video games? He gets paid for this. Well, he's not getting paid by me because I'm using Brave Browser and there's no ads. So he's not getting squat out of me. We're getting entertainment or revulsion out of him. The meds got him. Exactly, Serrano. How will this help us sell video games? Oh, QC Jerks, I'm right there with you. If you actually... Oh, he's tra-la-la. If you go and watch a children's movie and you have this many takeaways about the character's sexuality or any of those kind of things, both a perv and wrong at the same time, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Even the character is constantly kidnapping Peach. Well, in this article, he basically says that Bowser and Luigi just need to decide to do a butt buddy bromance because they're both getting shafted anyways. So this little excerpt here says, in the movie, Bowser's been shrunken down to a size so small he can't hurt anyone. Mario and Peach aren't so cruel that they wouldn't give him the villain a nice place to live. Little prison house is cozy, blah, blah, blah. He's painting himself being worshipped by both men and women. Luigi, Mario's brother, who apparently kindled a friendship with Bowser in captivity, is depicted wrapped around the Koopa's leg, fawning over him and kissing his thigh. Who paints this if they don't have a little bit of sweetness to them? Yes, so this is where this comes from. Basically, he thinks that Bowser and Luigi are an item. Okay? Had a recent video on journalists and their purpose. They're not promoting the hobby. They're self-serving fuckwits. We need game devs to wake up for real, dude. 1000%.
If I straight talking about girls, I will go to HR.
Well, yeah, but see, they're paid to write this filth, man. They get paid to write this shit, all right? You do this on your normal job, you're going to get written up and they're going to send you to talk to HR and the boss is going to have all that. Watch the movie in a few hours, I'll make a review. Oh, awesome. Yeah, Empress, I was thinking about doing that when the movie came out, but I didn't get around to it. All right, so this takes us to his most recent article. Are you guys ready? It gets even worse. All right, wood chipper. It gets even worse. All right. New one. Pokemon Champions has an unexpected trans icon. All right. So Savvy, probably the top reply, I imagine. Let me refresh this and see the replies. And I want to see how he spins this tale. I'm really curious. Oh, there you go. Could you not make everything about yourself for 5 minutes? Smash go out of business already. Oh yeah, Goku, here you go. This is why I'll continue to put all my money into building geeks and gamers, burning hell freaks. There you go. So Savvy's saying, we get it, this fox, you really want to fuck animals. Anyways, thanks for continuing to be insufferable lot that you are. No, Pokemon isn't trans. Ditto isn't gender fluid. Sylveon wasn't made with you dumbasses in mind. Just stop. But the crazy thing is, as far as I know, Kenneth Shepard isn't even trans. I think he's just a gay man. Hey, QC Jerks, I don't watch anime. You're lucky I even know that they're from Dragon Ball Z, okay? I don't watch anime. I can't tell the difference between Goku. Is it Vegeta? Is that how it's pronounced? Like, I don't even try to pretend to know all the characters from Dragon Ball Z. They all look the same except that one dude who's got like the blonde hair. That's it, man. Okay. They all look the same. All right. Gonna get massive hooters as well, like Gardevoir, as far as fan art's concerned, not trans at all. Even if all you know is memes. I don't have time to start watching. Look, people have recommended like 10 different animes to get started on. I don't have time to watch any of them. Okay. All right. Is this Gallade? Again, there are so many Pokemon characters, and I don't play Pokemon. I don't know how many like the characters there are. Galady, I don't know. Screw it. Historically only male, but not in the Switch battle sim. Having kids veered you confusing. But again, Leon is trans, so I'm not worried about Leon's opinion. watch DBZ, then buy the games. Dude, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. Make it a family thing, watch them with your kids. I have told my kids, I recommended anime to my kids to watch. They're not really interested in it. Like they watched every single episode of Pokemon ever made. I'm not even kidding. They went through like 20 seasons of it, right? After that, they just really haven't been into anime. I don't know. You got to remember, my oldest is 13 and my twins are almost 11, and they all have their own thing that they're into. They love Ghost in the Shell, 100% sure of that. Isn't that the one that opens with the naked chick with her titties? Because I probably wouldn't show that to my kids. I'm not a big fan of exposing my kids to nudity. Pokemon's a normie rip-off franchise. Yes, but my kids and I are normies. We're white, man. Like, I can't pretend to be anything but a normie when it comes to things like anime. Like, dude, in many ways, I am your generic, uncultured white Westerner American. Like, in some ways, I appreciate. Look, my favorite genre of music is freaking Swedish metal. Okay, like most anything coming out of Sweden or like the Scandinavian countries, I'll listen to. I dig it. But in terms of like anime, I don't know shit about anime, man. Ghost of Shell 100% has nudity. Yeah, exactly. Be better. I can't be better because I don't have time to be better. You get what you get. No nudity in Cowboy Bebop or Trigun. But I've been recommending. So One Piece is the one that I know is like would take like a lifetime to actually go start to finish. But like I think Ghost in the Shell, not Ghost in the Shell. Attack on Titan is one I've seen people talk highly about, but again, it's also whatever. Washington communist? No. I'm a Washington small L libertarian alt-right conservative extremist with surprisingly weird views on specific things, but tend to be far more right than left. Chairstream wouldn't have called. How can I butcher this name? Vegeta. Let's just call him Vegeta. I think it's Vegeta, but we're gonna go with Vegeta just to piss you off. Nude characters are all androids. Maybe that's why it didn't register for me the same way. You know, Avernum, I realized as a child of the 80s that there were a lot of things that I was exposed to as a kid. Like, you know, my parents let me watch like rated R movies, but very much like they fast forward bits and pieces and try to like censor bits and pieces. But I saw a lot more shit as a kid. Vegetables. Saw a lot more shit as a kid than I probably should have, because back then it was kind of like, I don't know, censoring your movies for your kids wasn't as big of a deal, I guess. I tend to be like, yeah, I'm not really watching like a whole bunch of like naked shit with my kids. I don't want to do that. I don't feel comfortable with that. I don't know. Just do a stream where you watch DBZ. Oh my god. No, I'm not doing that. High openness right winger, as much as that can describe and as inaccurate as description truly is. Oh, yeah, QC jerks. My parents would do that where it was like you get to a sex scene, or like, you guys remember movies like Tango and Cash, right? Those 80s movies, action movies, where middle of a car chase or something, two cars wreck, and then there's this chick with her tits popping out, right? That was the thing. Like, my parents would watch those kind of movies and just try to like bleep out as many F-bombs or, you know, fast forward the naked scenes. And sure enough, you're going to see some titties at some point. It's like, why did you guys, I know that my parents, we didn't have a whole lot to do back then. They wanted to watch a movie. We were all awake. So it's like, we're going to watch it together. I'm like, I just don't watch like rated R shit with my kids. I just don't, you know? Society was as brain rotted as it is now. So a lot of stuff would fly over kids' head. Or wasn't as brain rotted as it is now. Yeah. Trust me, they watch more nudity than you do. Who are we talking about? My kids don't. What's the only way to test if you're gay? What are we talking about? Now we're getting so far off topic, guys. I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. All right. So his take on this, and I'm gonna butcher this character's name because I don't know, because I'm not a Pokemon fanboy. Oh my god, there was a 6'7" painted in crayon right outside the school door I work at. Dude, the cringe, man. The more you take that away, the more they'll seek it out. I'm not taking it away. I'm not exposing them to it. It's that simple. Show has topics. You know, dude, this tonight, I wasn't even sure we were going to have topics. I made the thumbnail while I was waiting for my kids to get their like uniforms on and out the door. So yeah, I barely even had time, dude. Keep telling yourself that. My mom would say the same. So the difference is The difference, Avernum, is when I was a kid, I got left home alone at like 11 years old, 12 years old. So I could go in. Guys, this is how old I am. Had a banger tweet. Oh, dude, my only tweets that go off are my replies. If I could make a living as a reply guy, I'd be set. So when I was a young boy left alone at home, sure enough, the first thing I would do is like, my parents have all these R-rated movies on VHS tape, right? And so I would just go and fast forward to the part I wasn't allowed to watch. My kids don't ever spend time home alone. Like, my wife's a stay-at-home mom. They don't have that kind of like freedom, you know? When I was an early teen, I convinced my mom we were hacked because she saw some internet history that wasn't innocent and convinced her it wasn't me. You know, QC Jerks, I took the blame for that. When I was about 16, my mom moved out when I was 16. My parents split up and she went to go live with her eventually fiance, then husband, then ex-husband. And my dad flew down to California to move down there with his family. And so us siblings, I was the youngest, we were all living together. We all still work together, family business and all that. But we had no mom at home. So my older brother, he was like in his early 20s. I was 16. And I took the heat. I took the fall for stuff that was found on a computer we all shared. And I accepted the blame because I had a guilty conscience. But at the same time, I realized after the fact, oh, wait a second. The websites that they were talking about aren't ones that I went to. So, I realized a couple of years later, I'm like, shit, I took the blame for something I didn't even need to fess up to. That's crazy, man. Oh, dude, I've been around. Okay. This is not me endorsing people going and any sort of sordid parts of the internet. But I'm old enough to remember that if you wanted to watch something you weren't allowed to on the internet, you had to wait for that shit to buffer just so you could watch it. Okay? Just saying. Just that's how far back I go with the internet, you know? Those BMX, it's not BMX. The horrible like body mutilation video shit that they did back in the day. Like I had someone send me those videos and I'm like, oh my god, like it scarred my brain, dude. Accidentally spent $200 on adult videos on our satellite TV when I was a teenager. That was an awkward conversation, dude. No shit. That would be horrible. We were downloading one song when MP3 took over 4.5 hours. Oh my god, dude. So back when I was on Guild Wars, back when I played Guild Wars years ago, at that point, the easiest way to do TeamSpeak was like Ventrilo or TeamSpeak. And then for like people that you knew better than like the people you just played with, you would do like, okay, well, you're on MSN Messenger, I'm on Yahoo, so one of us has to download the other Messenger app. And then you'd send them like a whole CD, like one track at a time. It was crazy. It's like, oh, you want the CD? Here, I'll send it to you in Messenger, but I can only send it one track at a time, and it'd take like 2 minutes to actually upload one track. It was crazy. All right. Pokemon has a lot of weird gender stuff in its game design, both for things like breeding Pokemon and in the sense that it blatantly leans into some pretty heavily gendered character design for some of its monsters. Tinkaton is pink and has pigtails, so it's obviously a girl, right? Sometimes this plays into gender dimorphism, in which certain species have different traits depending on if they're male or female. In other cases, it can affect their evolutionary line, and that's what happens with Galad. I don't know how to pronounce this, guys. I'm going to pretend it's not even a real word. A Pokemon introduced back in Diamond and Pearl. He's talking about this weird-looking, green onion-looking thing right here. Limited internet access I had through a mobile phone modem. I used it to look for programming and HL mapping tutorials, map making, good old days. I can remember one time. Okay, we're Galade. Thank you, Galade. So I can remember one time because I was going to college at like 16 because I was part of that whole nerdy running start program, right, where you can enroll in college early, and we had a lot of like late evening classes and stuff, and it hit me. I'm like, I realized back then, it's like, well, if you go to like German websites, you don't have to look for like anything smutty. It'll just pop up because German websites, a lot of times, like even like the racing websites will have chicks like half naked and stuff. I mean, yeah, okay. I've done enough like talking about my old Gooner teenage self. Enough of this. We're doing member bears. Yeah, no, I'm outing my old horny 17-year-old self here. Okay, German websites and British websites, exactly. Yep. Crazy. Back in the day. No, go on. No. I've gone down my horny memory lane as far as I care to go down. Okay, Normally, this psychic fighting type Pokemon can only be male, but that seems to have randomly changed in Pokemon Champions. Fans have stumbled upon a Gallade in Champions tutorial segments that is somehow female, despite that not being possible. To get a Gallade, you have to have a male Kirlia and use a Dawnstone on it to make it evolve. Female Kirlias are only able to evolve into a Gardevoir. I'd pronounce it Voir, it looks French. The very feminine version of that final form. Gardevoir was originally the only final form the monster had when it debuted in Ruby and Sapphire, which means that even male versions would evolve into the more feminine Pokemon. This guy has got his brain places it shouldn't be. As such, Gallade feels like it was added to make a more masculine version of the evolutionary line. Obviously a loaded sentiment that we unpack another day, but whether it was an oversight that will get patched or a new development in the Gallade lore, the pronouns for trainer Cordy's Gallade in Champions are she, her, which means that fans are calling her a trans icon who must have transitioned at some point after evolving into third form. Good for her. Oh my god, these people are freaks. Why? Why? French's pronunciations. It is a very French Pokemon. What was the name? Gardevoir. Gardevoir. Oui, oui, monsieur. All sounds like gibberish to me no matter how you read it. Dude, honestly, I can't even understand. So what I'm getting out of this is Nintendo retcons a male-only Pokemon and the freaks are calling it trans. Oh my god. Kotaku rushed this article but have 0 articles on Jeff and Tencent due to high guard. Yeah, exactly. Urinalists. Yes, yes. Good for her. She's living her true self. Pokemon Champions has been raked over the coals on launch day thanks to its limitations on competitive play and the strange bugs that are interfering with battles and with transferring Pokemon from the home storage app. Maybe updates and patches will get back on track, but for now, at least it gave us Trans Gallade. Oh my god. Oh. More articles from Kenneth Shepard. The drip in Pokemon Champions is sauceless. Wow. This man needs his hard drive checked. I'm sorry. This dude's a freak and a half. All right, so I had to expose you guys to that. Now, talking about weird freaks and people with fetishes, there's a game that apparently just came out that I had no knowledge about. There's a lot of reasons why nobody takes Kotaku seriously. Yeah, his brain is fried. Dude, this wouldn't surprise me if this guy did drugs in his past history here. There's a game that exists that I think is kind of like Dustborn 2, because that's the vibe it's giving me, called People of Note. Now, the crazy thing about this game, like I said, is I heard nothing about it. I don't know anything about the developer. I want to show you guys the trailer for it just because I watched the trailer and I think you guys need to be subjected to it also because it is awful. But furthermore, the game came out and apparently it's not doing so well. So let me go ahead and find the trailer. You remember seeing that one? I knew nothing about it, dude. 2 seconds before you hit submit on that article. Yeah. Is it a Sweet Baby game? Is it? Dude, I don't even know, man. He sees gay peepees everywhere. Now, Cage, I think you're the one on Discord that said I need to play this game. I need to stream this game. This will be akin to if I tried to make myself play Dustborn, which I will not do. Again, something about Ex Voto, as bad as it was, I was still able to get through because I still enjoyed little bits and pieces of the game based on the actual style of the game. Let's just say the fact that it was medieval combat. Bad medieval combat, but still medieval combat. This game is like Dustborn, but like Rainbow Unicorn Vomit all over it. So let me pull up the trailer here. It was you, yes, and I will not play it, just so we're clear. We were blessed by the algorithm of the Lesbos, yes. The Scissor Sisters, the Knights of the Clam, yes. You can go pee-pee and not poo-poo, but when you go poo-poo, you will go pee-pee. Actually, no. I'm not sharing anymore. I'm not going to share any more anecdotes. No. I'm not going any more member berries. We're not going down any more me divulging any secrets about myself, okay? I'm not going to talk about pee-pee and poo-poo, all right? I'm done. I'm done with that. We're going to play the trailer.
Listen, we came here because the Homestead is trying to collect the 4 keys of Node.
And maybe find someone to join my band. Man, When did the world get so big?
Always was. Guess that's why we band together.
Hang on. Is one of these characters fat? I need one of these characters to be fat. I guess not. All right. So we have old, bearded white guy with tattoos. Young, I guess mixed, let's say ethnically ambiguous female character, lead character. Probably non-binary here in the front. Can't tell if it's a boy or a girl. And effeminate black man in the back with the cornrows. It's always the purple. Dude, honestly, this is the craziest part. Annapurna loves publishing woke stuff, but they also publish some super... Dude, I've heard... didn't Annapurna do one of those cat games that everyone loved? I think Stray. Wasn't Stray Annapurna? This trailer got gay super quick. Yeah, dude, for real. The hell did I hear? This is what I'm calling Dustborn 2. Probably her Jewish dad and then her wannabe boyfriend, and of course the self-insert. Yeah. It's always the feminine black guy, for real. What kind of blender is this? Not black if you don't have cornrows. Yep. Oh, they did do Stray. Okay. You'll hear me spam this because that's what I see as slop, dude. This is, yeah. But okay, let's continue. It's a short trailer.
Why we band together.
Harmonies can't be sung by one.
I belong to a group of people trying to keep the keys safe. We don't know
for real, Lixelplix, 100%.
But we can't let the wrong people get their hands on them.
This is the start of...
If you thought there was any chance in hell that I would ever play or stream this game, man, you are smoking some crack, like hardcore. Like, I pass me some of what you have, because I will never touch this piece of shit. Why are they always about some artsy BS or culture? It's a great question. Hey, I liked K-Pop Demon Hunters as a movie, as a kid's film with a decent message and decent music. I had no problem with the movie itself. Cringing hard right now, dude. Who is this for? Do I DM you the CD key? Equilibrium? No. You better be kidding right now. Please don't. I'm not playing this, guys. I wouldn't have fun, and if I don't enjoy it, you guys aren't going to have fun during the stream. Yeah, definitely trans. They forgot to advertise it. They published The Outer Wilds, Journey, Cocoon, Neon White, and Lorelei and the Laser Eyes. Half of those I've heard of, half of them I haven't. Cornrows are the worst hairstyle you can put on your head. It destroys the scalp. Damn, I didn't even know that. That's crazy.
Something new. Sounds a part of something larger than you.
Timu Trans Pop Demon Hunters, exactly.
Smolder, this is it. Everything you've got. We can't lose.
Now, unlike Dustborn, where at least you were only LARPing as a band because you had to like travel around to fight the system, these dudes are actually fighting with their weapons. This is like one step down from Dustborn, because in Dustborn, the combat was bad, but at least it was there. These sons of bitches are actually fighting with their instruments. This is why I'm saying I can't play this. Like, I can't. If I gifted you a visual novel, would you play it on stream? Visual novel. I guess it would depend on how long it was, you know? Wait, you know what they say about lesbians with big hands? It's really a guy. Oh my god, dude. Can't trans kids a DJ, of course. Yeah, it's Timu33, exactly. Yeah. No, but they're freaking fighting with the instruments, guys. So is it like a music rhythm game? Is it strategy? Turn-based combat? Like, I don't understand.
Everything you've got. We can't lose here.
I'm under the lights, but I'm not on my own.
Oh god, this is definitely some non-binary thing right here. Elephant with a giant kazoo? Yeah, I think so. Makes me want to punch myself in the junk. Can you imagine me having to play this on stream, dude? I no. Like, this would be worse than anything I've ever played. Okay? And I made it an hour into Relooted and couldn't do it anymore. This would be like 10 minutes and I'd be done. Like, I'd be out.
This generation of music's gone
Gender
to hell,
confused Reddit
children.
incel.
Time for
Oh my god. This generation of music's gone to hell, children. So you know that this is going to be some like think piece on like old boomer music versus like modern music or some shit. Bad guy's a white man, exactly. Blue hair DJ is Erica Ishii. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't it be? Of course it is. I don't even think Atreus could live through this game. You know, I don't know, man. No. QC jerks, I did not play the African heist game. I made it an hour into that game and pulled the plug on the entire stream. I couldn't do it. Man, I couldn't. The result of Concord's one night stand with Dustborn. Oh, shit. Looks worse than Space Channel 5. Yeah. Did I say rebooted? I meant reloaded. Yeah.
Time for you to follow suit.
No one can do it alone.
People of note. Oh my. Concord 5. Concord, it'd have to be multiplayer, live service. No, really, that game I talked about, the Cube Save Us game, that was really Concord 3 because it was the next live service game to get pulled, the plug pulled like a month after it came out. Really, that was like, you know, Concord 3, but just no, the problem is it can't be a Concord if nobody's heard about it. And I didn't hear about this game before today. Like, you guys were sharing videos about it on Discord. I had no idea. It's Dustborn 2. Yeah, this is not a Concord. This is Dustborn 2, 100%. Gonna publish Mixtape next month, and that should be a more fun, funny, woke game like Life is Strange. Dude, I never even played the Life is Strange games. I can't make myself play it. Just no way. Is this only on PlayStation? Oh god, I think I'm saved.
You're a gentleman and a
It
scholar.
looks like it's only on PlayStation. Oh, thank god I don't have to play this shit. Made by Sweet Baby once again. Who's paying these people's bill? I have no idea. Hey, thanks for subscribing, MS1. Appreciate it. Oh, and I forgot Zang Jonathan. Appreciate you, bud. Next, it will not be my next stream. What are you talking about, man? I'm not. First off, if it's only PlayStation, I can't play this shit. It's not happening. I can't do it. Secondly, let's go ahead and put on Vera's video. Cage, I think this is the one you shared on Discord. Actually, I've never even watched one of Vera's videos on stream before. That's funny. But I know nothing about this game, so I'm going to let her explain it. Let me see here. But it was funded by taxpayers. It all is, man. Every little bit. I have the first Life is Strange. I got it for free on Steam. I'm not buying a PlayStation because I'm also not buying a new capture card, man. No. Don't listen to them. Menomani play what? Menominee? Are you trying to say minimal and it came out Menominee? A lot of people liked Life is Strange. A lot of people admittedly thought Life is Strange, at least the first game, was good. It's like people who liked Last of Us. So a lot of people liked the first game. I have no opinion on it whatsoever. So yeah, that's Life is Strange 2 and Last of Us 2 were definitely where it started to go off the deep end, it seems. All right. So Vera here has a video, and I'll link it when we're all done. No. Okay, here we go.
To the sea of games like Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn, 1348 Ex Voto, and Dustborns.
I love Ex Voto.
They're bound to be.
Hey, full disclosure. No, you're good, Lucia. I thought it was funny. Full disclosure, when they did the Player's Choice Award for March released games and Crimson Desert won, I actually voted for Ex Voto. Just saying, I was probably the only person to vote for Ex Voto. So, it didn't win, but I did vote for it.
A few that do not get a lot of attention, and this latest one, People of Note, has just released to 200 people. It features Erica Ishii and Deborah Wilson, and all over the marketing material they highlight how this diverse cast.
It's not just Erica Ishii, it's also Deborah Wilson. Okay, Deborah Wilson. Let me get this disclaimer out of the way. I have no problem per se with a lot of voice actors and voice actresses who are good at their job getting work in a lot of different roles. Obviously, people like Jennifer English, very good voice actress, kind of a freaky weirdo, very much an activist-minded person. Again, she was in Ex Voto. But if she's good at her job and she can do a good job with the voice acting, that's like the chick, Alex Wilton, whatever her name is, that was going to do like Joanna Dark. She's in everything also. If you're good at your job, then sure, take the role. What I'm tired of is the actual characters looking like the voice actors. Like Deborah Wilson's in everything. She's like the female Samuel Jackson. At some point, nobody wants to look at the bald, bug-eyed black woman, okay? It's just, I'm sorry, it's a reality. Nobody wants to see that in their game. She's got an odd face. That being said, I did not realize she was also in this. It's like they're putting buffs. Name I haven't heard in a long time. I mean, Deborah Wilson's in everything. Jennifer is just taking L's. Dude, Jennifer is taking the L's that she handed herself. You know? For real. I mean, she's did it to herself. Dispatch for me, I'm sorry. I know people said it's a great game. I'm sure it is. I don't really get into like the comedy storytelling type games. I just don't. I want to shoot something. I want to hit something. I want to kill something in a game. I don't want to play, like, I've played some games that were recommended to me that were not my typical type of games. I played that My Side, whatever the pronunciation of it is, and that game was very fun. I've got one chatter on Rumble, and it's a link to somebody else's shit. My God, dude, I'm telling you, I hate these other platforms so much. Oh, important info freak, 1 follower. Yeah, how do you ban somebody on here? Rumble's such a shit platform. I'm sorry. I value it as it is what it is, right? Rumble's important for having like different platforms existing, but like, come on, man. Dispatch had dongs flipping, but not a single titty. No wonder Patriot liked it so much. Oh my God. At least Laura Bailey has some range. Well, Section 71, I'm not saying that Jennifer English is like the most amazing voice actress of all time. I'm saying is she's competent at what she does, right? She's good at her job. What Slay the Princess is, I probably mentioned it before. I made me more interested in visual novels generally. I'll look it up after the stream's over. I like violent games, man. I'm sorry. There's nothing wrong with that. I like violent games. It is what it is. I've always said, especially with like medieval fantasy movies, it's not a good movie until there's a good decapitation. If some monster or person's head doesn't get flung off at some point, launched out of a catapult, separated from the shoulders, I'm not enjoying it. You got to have that good decapitation at least once in the movie, you know? Slay the Princess is violent, actually. Oh, okay, well, there you go.
Of characters must save the world. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live
Dude, Vera just hit like 200,000 subscribers. That's nuts.
Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, I was scrolling through the Steam recently released.
I have not tried Iron Meat. However, Morbid Metal just released early access, I think. It's like $14 on Steam. I might pick that up and stream it, or at least use it for background footage for videos, guys, because Morbid Metal, I played the demo of it. Seems promising. It's got a really cool aesthetic. The combat's pretty satisfying. And it's a roguelike, so it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. But it was made by like a single developer, the game that he started when he was 14, and it's like 10 years later the game just came out. So, I mean, I'm actually pretty interested in picking up the game. So...
pages. I saw this and I instantly thought to myself, okay, it's being
like in a Choose Your Own Adventure book.
Okay.
Okay.
And pinks and purples, and we know how that goes.
Wait. Jason Schreier, I'm almost finished with People in Note, a new musical turn-based RPG with heavy Final Fantasy vibes, very strong combat, good puzzles, and way too many puns. It's out today. If you're into turn-based RPGs, you'll probably enjoy it. Oh my God. Jason Schreier's shilling for it. Holy shit.
I went to their social media page. They only have a blue sky, and Jason Schreier is marketing it, which is a...
Okay, that's obviously the most obvious sign that a developer or a publisher studio is, again, what we would like to call woke, is the fact that they're not even on Twitter. The virtue signaling of having a social media account on the site that nobody uses except a bunch of pedos, but you're not on Twitter, where everybody else is.
Giant red flag. But then I really started looking into this experience.
He is all the bundles of sticks.
As a game with a team of diverse characters. They talk about how these characters must come together and they have.
Am I just a boomer and can't figure out how to like zoom in? I know control and then wheel is how you can like zoom in on your actual browser page. But are these people moving the browser around, or are they actually able to zoom to a specific point? Because I see her do this often in videos. To be fair, I'm not surprised about Jason Schiller. He started his career on Kotaku after all. I mean, he's a piece of shit. No, Jason Schreier sucks. He's a piece of shit. I have no love for that man at all. I might like Katanaut, fast-paced side-scroller action roguelike. Not quite like Katana Zero, but I thought it was interesting, just not really my taste. Control and wheel? But like side-to-side, though. Probably zoom inside their capture software. I know how to... it might be on a Mac or laptop. Yeah, and she might also be just moving the browser page around. So, I'm not bothered by it. He's also a childless person. Yeah, facts. There you go.
Have to solve their deep-seated ideological conflicts. I mean, the whole 9 yards. Now, this is a interesting concept when it comes to combat because basically, from what I've seen, it's just a watered-down Clair Obscure Expedition 33, but it is a rhythm game, so you're supposed to be able...
It's Dustborn meets Clair Obscure. Is what it is. Yang Ya interviewed Schreier a long time ago and he was a douche. Which one, Yang Ya or Schreier? Shift plus wheel is how you go side to side. Oh. Yo. You guys are hooking me up here. All right. And it's already on sale. Well, okay. To be fair, a lot of times, like indie games, AA games, a lot of times they launch on sale to try to get more eyes on the game. Expedition 33 launched on sale. I should have bought it then. I played it on Game Pass. I need to buy it on Steam. Just saw it while scrolling through sale games. Interesting.
To match the sort of QTE-esque combat with the music, but apparently the gameplay and the music are completely out of sync, which is wild in a game like this.
I couldn't do this, guys. I could not stream this game.
It's got Eric Ishii, it's got Deborah Wilson, so this new modern audience game on the block has failed. And it's so funny because these types of developers and the media will constantly say, oh my gosh, the chuds killed a game. Oh, the grifters killed a game. Well,
which is such cope. I mean, I'm sorry. Prime example. So Nure, a lot of you guys know her as the antagonist of most like the anti-woke streamers and content creators. She's like one of those perpetual centrists. She's over in Spain, makes YouTube videos. She was massively hated Dragon Age Veilguard, and so she got lumped in with like most of us who are on the more anti-woke side of things. And then she got, she's one of those, she pisses people off just for the fun of it, right? It's all for the love of the game. But she's been very critical of Crimson Desert because she's a girl that's into like the romance options and the RPG shit and, can I have sex with it in the game? And all that's her focus. Mine is how's the combat, how's the story, those kind of things. So she's still over there like shitting on Crimson Desert, and somebody in the replies was calling her out on some crap, right? About how can you judge Fable if you haven't played it yet? And she's like, because I'm entitled to my opinion, right? And I'm like, yeah, see, I'm still playing Crimson Desert, and her negative opinion of it hasn't affected the enjoyment of it for me at all, right? I'm like, you're allowed to have an opinion, you're allowed to have a contrary opinion, and still be able to enjoy a game. Somebody else hating a game doesn't make me not enjoy it. If I'm enjoying a game, I don't care what people online are saying about it, I'm having fun. It's just crazy to me that they actually think people complaining about a game, for example, Marathon. There are people who believe that those of us who think Marathon looks terrible, don't want to play it, hate the UI, don't care about the story or the lore, and have generally negative opinions of Marathon, we're the reason the game's dying. Not the people who aren't playing it, who got bored with it and moved on with their life. They're not playing it because we have a negative opinion. There are people who truly believe this, that our negative opinion can somehow actually affect the enjoyment of other people when they should get off the internet and just play the damn game, right? It's crazy.
In this case, nobody's talking about it, and it still was dead on arrival. Perfect example as to how chuds can't
Right,
just
Hogwarts
kill
Legacy,
a
exact
game,
opposite
and the modern
case.
audience has every
Stress and effect.
opportunity to show up and actually, I don't know, make money, but that doesn't ever happen. So I hadn't heard of this, and I'm sure a lot of you haven't. That is
Yeah, what's advertisement and word of mouth? Exactly. And there's the thing. It's like word of mouth, in my opinion, is not considered enough. People have pointed this out. Actually, somebody pointed this out on, I think it was Ginger Prime YouTuber, and he talks a lot. He's got a podcast with some other YouTubers where they talk a lot about Marathon because he enjoys Marathon, but he also sees Marathon for the problems that it has. And his entire take is, if the people I see on Twitter defending Marathon who are constantly just attacking other people for not liking the game are the word of mouth that this game has going for it, then this is a problem. Because the only thing I see as somebody who, from his perspective, the only thing he sees as someone who enjoys Marathon is the people defending Marathon looking like complete assholes, you know? Marathon's a game where more people are on Twitter protecting the game than playing it. Exactly. That's what it falls into in my category as well. And the people that I see doing it from day one, when I played the Server Slam, played it for like 4 hours combined for like a couple days, I'm like, yeah, the UI's messy. The inventory system's messy. It's confusing. Everything's bright, hurts my eyes. And people in response to that say, you have shit taste in art and you're stupid if you think it's confusing. It's like, okay, if these are the people saying the game's good and their first line of defense is to attack people's intelligence, you're not making people want to play the game, you know?
As people of note centers on Candace, an aspiring pop singer who is DQ'd from the noteworthy
Oh yeah, Marathon's
song
in big
contest,
trouble, guys.
realizing that
I still
her
think it'll
solo
last
performance
probably
lacks
this
the
time next
range
year.
required by
It'll
the
make it a year.
judges. She sets out across the world of note to recruit a diverse ensemble of musicians. Her journey takes her through various territories defined by
Diverse
musical
ensemble.
genres, and that she has to get these people together. And they have to
Wait. So they're gonna go through 4 different musical genres, and here it is. Rock centric Durandus. Yeah, that's where they pick up the white guy. EDM City of Lumina. That's Erica Ishii, the probably trans character, I imagine. The region dedicated to rap, obviously, is going to be the black guy with the cornrows. And classical. Who's the classical music fan? The lead singer, the ethnically ambiguous one. Okay.
do rap and sing classical
Christian
music.
rock better be
Along
one.
the way, she convinces figures like Fret, a veteran rocker disillusioned by genre gatekeeping, to join her cause and create a sound that crosses cultural boundaries. Why
I hate this so much. Oh my god, you guys, yeah, I just can't with this shit.
all of these things are happening, a global phenomenon
The
known as
well-dressed white
harmonic
dude, yep.
convergence begins to disrupt the natural musical energies of the world. She and her bandmates must resolve deep-seated ideological...
Guys, I'm gonna out myself as a dad for a second. They've already done this. Anybody out there? I'm sure most of you guys have kids in your family, nephews, nieces, children of your own. You guys ever hear of the Trolls movies? Now, the Trolls movies, in my opinion, the first one was enjoyable. A good, one-time watch. Maybe watch it a couple times with your kids. The sequels subsequently got worse and worse, right? Oh, yeah, but Cage, I absolutely am not going to play the game. Especially because I think it's only on PlayStation. This plot is ripped straight from the second Trolls movie. I am not even kidding you guys. This entire freaking thing is just Trolls 2 put into this DEI video game shell. 1000%. This isn't even original. This is just borrowed ideas. Well, it's not only, but all I saw in the trailer was PlayStation. I'm so confused. Why would they not have it advertised as on Steam also if it... I don't know. Man, I'm tired, okay? My brain's rotted right now. Scott Stab Forever. PlayStation does... Oh, is it because it was specifically a PlayStation trailer? Oh my god. Dude, I fucking hate Sony. I hate Sony.
conflicts between the genre-based nations often working through personal differences
Okay, that would make
in
sense. Yep.
full-length
Yep.
musical sequels. So I don't know why
Just
this game...
again, just so we're all clear, guys, I had no time to get the stream ready tonight. So like I said, her talking about this is the most that I've actually even seen about this game. So I'm very, very tired. So that's why my brain's a little foggy right now.
Is so sort of set on copying Clair Obscur, but the combat is just a watered down version. They talk
I'm
about
still
the
not playing it.
convergence. The EDM city is called Lumina. I mean, come on, guys.
Wait. The EDM city is Lumina. Oh my god, they did rip off. Oh my god. The city in Clair Obscur is Lumiere, right?
Know how much more obvious it can be. But as you can see, you've got a woman of color as a lead.
Same Avernum.
The washed up legendary rocker is a white man who is like disillusioned with the world. You have Cynthia, who has the classic dyed hair.
It's a chick. It's trans. Oh my god. It thinks it's a girl. Oh my god. Tell me. This is what I've been saying for a long time. People are like, oh, voice actresses and voice actors have no control over how the story of a game goes, and they have no influence. Then why is it that Erika Ishii can't play a heterosexual female in any game? All she plays are trans or gay characters. Every single fucking one.
Cut with the like side shaved
Queer
head.
Obscure. Oh my god,
And then
I'm
you've
stealing
got
that. I'm
Vox, who is
stealing
a
that, dude.
hip-hop
Queer Obscure.
virtuoso, and he is the sort of Saints Row reboot character.
He's gay.
Of this now.
He's gay. Vox got the pox, okay? Vox got the monkey pox. Come on, man. I'm pinning this. I'm pinning this, Avernum. That's great. Queer Obscure.
Again, am somebody who is always willing to give things a shot, keeping an eye on
Black
what
people
a
can't be
team
scary.
is doing. I sort of want to see who
Is
created
that,
this
hey,
game.
Black
and
Cat, is that true? Are black people not allowed to be scary anymore? I have to ask you as a black man, are we not allowed to have, like, intimidating black characters? That's why they can't get the damn Blade movie made. Oh my god, look at the narrative director. Grew up in Austin. Lives in Los Angeles. Oh my god. Rewrites the script, directs cinematics, voice acting, and motion capture, and suggests features that we don't have the budget for. Their goal. Oh, this blob with the blue hair. She looks like Ashton from Kino Casino. Guys. Yo. No. Look at this face. I swear to God, this person looks like Ashton from Kino Casino. And you punish me with a jump scare. Oh my God. Okay.
So jump scare, I'm sorry. I went to their webpage. This is the first game that they've made together. There's quite a few people who worked on
that. Oh my God. All the guys who made this game are gay. Look at this man's profile picture. Jason Wishnov, creative director. Jason is, in fact, right chuffed to be making the game Iridium is currently making, which is good because he's kind of heading up the whole thing. He's slightly less serious than you might expect. No shit, Sherlock. He enjoys playing chess, LARPing, basketball, and asketball, and taking all the red starburst when no one is looking because they're clearly the best, and he will not hear anything to the contrary. Oh my God. Yo, this dude here, David Barrios, the animator who looks like a monkey. That's by the way, I'm pretty sure that's a trans dude, as in a biological woman. Am I, that's a woman? Yeah. Yeah, dude, Avernum, I'm right there with you. That's not a man. Biologically, that's not a dude. Is David over 18? David's not a man, I think.
This experience. About 9 are linked on their webpage, but this individual in particular caught my
Oy vey.
attention. It says at the very bottom that they love horror, pizza, complicated board games, send them puns on Twitter. And so I went over there, and as I'm sure you all
Bi, pan, gender fluid, they, them, Black Lives Matter, trans rights. You guys know those those parody accounts on Twitter? How do they freebase soy? Those parody accounts on Twitter that sometimes you have to ask yourself, is this a real person? Like, there's no way this isn't a real, like, a parody account. That's what this bio reads like. These bios, when you see all this shit in there, hire me to write video games. After all this, bi, pan, gender fluid, they, them, Black Lives Matter, trans rights are human rights, hire me to write video games. How about fuck no?
could deduce, their X account says bi, pan, gender fluid, they, them, Black Lives Matter, trans rights or human rights. I mean, how many different buzzwords and things do you have to shove into your X description? And listen, this is clearly a team that knew what they were doing, okay? They knew the type of game they were making, and they knew the types of people.
Now, here's the problem, guys. Here's going back to the core issue of what started this all, Gamergate 2, the Sweet Baby Inc. shit, all the anti-woke content creators, all of us making videos and covering all this stuff. What really got all of this going is the fact that you can have different political opinions, be on either side of the political aisle, all spectrum situation, and you should still be able to make quality entertainment. This kind of person is never going to be able to make entertainment, you know? Gamergate 2 made incels trans. These kind of people can never make video games good, ever. Move your video so I can see that. Oh, my bad, sorry. Forgot to put that back. Oh my god. Read its post about a haunted coin. Oh my god, that's the pinned tweet from 2023. My gender is a haunted coin that won't stop flipping itself. And then there's a link. Oh my god, I hope she scrolls down.
People that they were hiring
that didn't help. I'm
for
sorry.
This experience. I mean, the voice cast,
move my camera.
Features.
What were you trying to see? Hang on, let me go back. What were you trying to see? I'm not sure what you were looking for there. But yeah, my gender is a haunted coin that won't stop flipping itself. That was the rest of the tweet.
Making Erica Ishii, Erica Lindbeck, Jason Charles Miller, and Deborah Wilson.
Erica Ishii probably made about $20 working on this. Yo, hang on. Isn't Erica Ishii's name spelled with a K? Did they actually, like, misspell her name? Her name is spelled with a K, isn't it? But they have it spelled Erica with a C here. Oh my god, they couldn't even get that done.
Lead positions, and I don't think that you can really view this.
You can switch the
in
chat
any
back,
way other
or you
than
may cover Vera's
the
face.
way
Man,
that
that's mean.
you would sort of expect. I mean, Erica Ishii is the one who plays the blue side shaved haircut character, and Deborah Wilson
Just say trans. It's a trans character,
of course, playing like the older mentor.
Oh, who's Deborah Wilson? Martell. Martell is the Homestead's second in command and a fearsome foe in her own right. A mature woman, Martell takes her country roots seriously. Beautiful and dangerous, she wields Homestead politeness like a sharpened scalpel. Her family motto is "Bless your heart." So Deborah Wilson's gonna be playing Southern. Gonna have that good Southern accent. Didn't know this game was woke. I didn't even know this game existed. Before today, I didn't know this game was a thing. The one with no makeup and a blown up her lip. Oh my god.
Esque character, a mature woman who takes her country roots seriously.
Yeah,
and
Disaster. I had no idea about this game even
that is
existing. I never saw a single
made for
advertisement
a
for
certain
it.
Group of people, the modern audience, if you will. And again, the chuds weren't talking about this before
Oh, I know, Matt.
release.
Oh, I know.
I don't think anybody had this on their radar. Nobody was taking to their forums and saying this game.
Wait, you checked the link in the pinned tweet points towards a suspended account? Oh my god.
looked bad or posting on X about how the game looked bad. Nobody was discussing this. And so this is the perfect opportunity for the modern audience to show up. They could have proven, oh, the chuds didn't hurt this game, and that's why it's
You can't
doing
blame the
so
chuds for this one.
good.
Nobody
And
even
they
knew the
could have
game
proven
existed.
That the modern audience actually shows up to purchase video
Combat looked
games.
interesting. See,
and-
I look at the combat and go, that was something that would keep me from even playing the game. I don't want to play a rhythm, strategy, turn-based tactics game with instruments instead of weapons. I don't know. For me, that's just not something I have any interest in playing. Don't understand the chuds hurting a game because it's like I said before, they believe that negative. So they're in two ways. You can look at it. You know, obviously we're talking about word of mouth. Bad, you know, poor word of mouth, negative word of mouth will affect a game's sales because if enough people say this game sucks, people probably won't buy it. But for people who already own it, whether or not you enjoy the game is purely based on whether you enjoy the product that you're playing. Negative word of mouth or negative opinions about a game that you've already purchased shouldn't change your opinion if you're enjoying the game, but they truly believe that the chuds can say something mean about a game that people are already playing and it makes them no longer like the game, which is a retarded opinion. Like, if you enjoy something, you should still be able to enjoy it for yourself.
This could have been a massive win for them, and well, guys, I don't think anyone
never
is
did
shocked
much
to
Guitar
see that
Hero.
the all-time peak was 15 hours ago on release day at 222
But yes,
in-game right
negative
now
word of mouth can
is
affect a game's sales, 100%.
176. So, yeah, I mean, this is clearly...
But like you were saying, this is not a game that was ever intended for the majority of gamers. If they went into this game with this kind of development team, this kind of narrative director, and these people that are obviously ideologically captured, making a game that they intend to make to piss off a certain number of people or to only appeal to a tiny... This is like Marathon, but on steroids. Like, Marathon appeals to a small but healthy niche audience of 30,000 people who are still playing the game regularly, right? Whereas this game appeals to a fraction of that tiny percentage of an audience. Oh, you follow some indie channels? Yeah, I follow a few indie devs on Twitter and stuff. Occasionally I'll check out what's actually going on with indie games, but I had not heard anything about this one.
A game that did not sell, that was not marketed properly.
Yeah, Guitar Hero was fun back in the day.
That nobody is interested in. So
Schrodinger's
this is
bigots.
going to be used as an example in the future. Make sure to write this down. Where we didn't talk about a game before release, so we cannot be blamed for its failure by the access media. And they had every opportunity for it to be a success and for the modern audience to purchase it, and that didn't happen. This is a perfect example of, wow, these people don't get...
I saw a crazy tweet the other day. It was from people that had this collage, right? And they're like, woke games don't make money. And it was in quotes, obviously. So the very top was like the few really unquestionable games like Concord and stuff that died, that just fizzled out, right? Like 10 games. And then the collage of games that was like the SJW DEI woke games that were successful. And in there they had Dustborn. In there they had Clair Obscure Expedition 33. In there they had Doom the Dark Ages. Games that for whatever reason they considered to be like DEI or woke. And I'm like, these games are just games. What are you talking about? This is retarded.
About the slop you're making. So yeah, this is
like
just
claiming
another
victories
game
when there's no victory
that
there.
has now sort of come and gone. And again, when I saw that Jason Schreier was posting about this, that he was marketing it.
Imagine saying that Jason Schreier is your core demographic for anything. Like, think about that. I know that Rogaine probably would be like saying that about him, but my God.
Was one of the people who was giving it high praises.
Dude, I'll try to find the meme
myself,
at some
this isn't
point.
very positive for the
I'm not even
developers
kidding.
because Jason Schreier doesn't actually
I couldn't believe
play
when I was
video
looking
games,
at
so
it.
why would you want him on your side? I think it's insane. And hey, I mean, if these are the types of individuals they want to align.
God, I hate that art. Oh my God, dude. I get it. Different strokes for different folks. Everyone's got their own taste and all that. I don't know. It's just not for me when it comes to that kind of art style. Of course, them picking Jason makes sense. Yeah.
Find themselves with. You are free to, but these people
Yeah,
don't
exactly,
make you money,
Burnham.
and they've only reposted.
What they'll do is they'll try to like gloss over it and say that the L's weren't as bad as we thought. They're not actual L's, and then the wins they're going to try to claim wins where there was no win there. Again, trying to say that Claire Obscure is woke. I'm like, I saw retards saying that on the anti-woke side of thing because they saw a couple of brown NPCs at one point. Oh, and there's a bunch of women in the game, so it's woke. And I'm like, you guys are retarded. But then when it came down to it, it's like nobody with a brain thought it was like a DEI or SJW game. It was just a good game. It's that simple. I want more games to be stylistic, but honestly, the saying it, yeah, I think that it's a fine like line to tread. It's really tough. Like art is a very, very, very subjective thing. So art in video games, in any kind of media, it's a tough thing to say, hey, you know what? Obviously, people are going to have different things that appeal to them. Now, look, this art style, not for me, maybe for other people, for maybe if it's more like a visual novel type game, I could see that appealing to certain people. Looks like art style from the game Brutal Legend. Yeah, there's other examples I've seen of this kind of art style, but for me, it's like combine this with the gameplay that I already don't like, with the cringe crap that's already there. I don't know. Neveron's being representations of human is transcoded. I'm making sense.
One post about the game on release day on their Blue Sky, which is honestly pretty sad because sure, maybe this team genuinely felt like they had a hit on their hands. Maybe they didn't.
Pure Expedition 33 has some weird designs, like the butt is an attempt at butt, but they couldn't quite get the shape right. Which butt are we talking about?
Expect it to sell very much. And when you hear Erika Ishii and Deborah Wilson, you might be thinking to yourself, oh my God, this had a massive budget. We don't necessarily know that because voice actors are notoriously underpaid.
It is disaster,
a lot
exactly.
of voice actors really don't make a lot off of these roles. Generally, from what I have heard, some of the higher end voice actors have like a $300 an hour.
You know, voice actors, the one thing I will say, as much as I find the opinions of so many voice actors to be repulsive, and half of them I couldn't care if they got replaced by AI, they're not rolling in dough. Okay, voice actors, it is not like a full-time job. Like, let's be clear about that. I don't think most voice actors are living in luxury unless they're also doing other things like content creation, other gigs and stuff, ways to pay the bills, right? So I don't think that they paid Deborah Wilson and Erika Ishii tens of thousands of dollars even to be in this game. They probably did it. Obviously not pro bono, but probably did it on the cheap, to be honest.
Hour pay rate. And you might be thinking to yourself, oh, wow, I'm happy to take $300 for an hour. But if there's only, let's say, 5 hours worth of voice clips, and that's sort of the only role that they're doing right now, then that isn't that much money for somebody like living in LA as these ones generally
No, not when rent is going to cost you like $5,000 for a single bedroom apartment.
This puzzle is the fact that this game has been in development for about 6 years now, because this studio has never put out another game, but the producer had worked at Iridium from
Man, game development time is just, it's cooked. This is not sustainable, and this is an indie game, okay? That's crazy. That's crazy. VA from the Invincible is inexpensive, though. I mean, but a lot of times, yeah, I guess it depends. I think it depends on the property that you're the voice actor for. Obviously, there's going to be exceptions, right? If you have something that's just making money hand over fist and you are a well-known voice actor and you have like that top billing and everything and you can demand the most for your roles, sure, you could get a decent paycheck out of your experiences and your career and all that. But in general, it's not exactly like voice actors are getting paid a ton per role. It's like being in a band. Most of your income comes not from the gig, but from meet and greets and merch. Yeah, exactly. 6 years now, woke kids are just lazy. I think that's a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B,
April 2020 to June 2024, and we are now in...
Hey, Vernum, we saw these, like, Somali-looking dudes outside of a daycare the other day on the way to my son's baseball game, and he just started laughing. I'm like, what? He's like, there's a Somali daycare over there. I'm like, well, yeah, we're in Washington. What do you expect?
2026. So this game has been in development
Oh my God.
to a certain extent for about 6 years now, which seems absolutely crazy. Now, maybe midway through, they stopped working on another version of this game and put this out. I mean, they haven't confirmed that. I couldn't find any posts about like what their plans were all the way back.
How do you have a career for 4 years as a producer at a studio full-time in California that doesn't have a game? They have a game now, but they had no game prior. I don't understand.
Back in 2020, but yeah, I mean, when you have been
my kids
working on your first game in some capacity for 6 years now, and it launches to 176
They're making games
players
for PS5?
in game
Which
right now
games?
and 222 all-time peak, that is definitely not a good look. So I'm curious to see what the reaction is going to be to this game. Maybe the Access
gonna
media
leer today.
will cover
How
it in
much
depth.
is this
I haven't
game?
seen
What's the
any
price for this
real
game? Does anybody know?
articles or reviews about it, except from Polygon, and they just sort of said, yeah, it's a pretty good game.
They went from front desk coordinator to producer in a few years. Oh my God. Oh, PS5 has, oh my God. Okay, you got me with that one. Oh, 2249. Hey, Serrano. Oh, no, not Serrano. You've already been here. I thought you were Susano for a second. Dude, I mix you two up often just because the sound of the names is so familiar. No, I saw Susano in Mari's stream the other day when she was streaming Metal Gear Solid. 2249 every time. Dude, I'm so tired, man. But my daughter's team is 4-0. It was a rough game. The kid umpire was bad. All right, Empress. Have a good one. It's Serranos. I know, but I'm sorry, man. It just rolled off the tongue, okay?
Game, even though it's a little bit shallow combat-wise, which of course they love the fact that
$22.50 is the sale price. $25 full price. For this? That's the same price as Samson, and I wouldn't give either one of them 20. Guys, Hollow Knight Silk Song was $20. Expedition 33 at launch was $40. Didn't call you Goku. He's got a point. See, the man knows.
it's shallow combat generally because they don't play video games and don't like video games. But yeah, I mean, the developers themselves don't really seem to be posting
in
about
Adelaide,
this.
Australia.
It is a game with a notable voice cast that could have been marketed very easily. Nobody's talking about it, and well, it is what it
I'm the consumer that indie devs complained about for Silksong being $20. Hey, I think everything is relative to the quality of what is being produced, right? I think a $40 game should play like a $40 game. A $20 game should play like a $20 game. And in my opinion, of the, I don't know, 12 or 15 hours I played of it, Silksong played more like a $40 game, so they could have charged more for it. Now, I don't think that they needed to. I don't think it's on them to charge more for a game simply because it's a good game. They could have if they were greedy about it, but they didn't need to, you know? Road to Vostok. I've been watching that game for a while. Did it just finally release? I can't remember if it was out in early access or if it just finally released, like, just now.
it is for the modern audience, and it's not good. But that's all that I had to discuss in this video.
Yeah, dude, this is crazy. I had never heard of this game before today. It's nuts. I mean, I haven't been paying attention. Here's the link to Vera's video. I have never done well when I have to take this much time off, like from the internet, not spending time online looking things up. It's really funny. I was saying the other day, it's like I feel like I'm no longer in the non-IRL world. I'm just living in real life, and it's funny because like I shouldn't complain about it. It's just for what I do on the side here with YouTube. I don't really know how to like keep track of topics and subjects if I'm not actually plugged into the internet, what's going on. So not watching videos, not getting on Twitter, not seeing what's what. It felt weird for a few days, man. Too many good games are still in early access. PS5 players are stuck with bad games like Concord. I mean, dude, even though Code Violet was not a true exclusive for PlayStation, they marketed that shit like it was an exclusive. People were like defending that like it was an actual console exclusive, which was crazy. It's insane to see. It's, you know, people need to stop being so willing to accept really bad games just for the sake of them being indie or AA. It's kind of like we were saying for that price point. I think indie and AA developers, if your game's an easy game, didn't take you more than a couple years to make, and you didn't have a high overhead and it's a small team, you want to charge 15 or 20 bucks for your game, I think that's fair. If you think you're sitting on a gold mine and you think that you can charge 60 bucks for that game and compete with the big boys, more power to you, but you know, you better know what you have, right? What's up with the PS5 hating here? Geek, they both suck. But I am not a console warrior. I don't care if you play on PlayStation. I don't care if you play on Xbox. I don't care if you play on Nintendo. I don't care if you play on PC. Again, Steam is not better than Epic because go Steam, Team Steam, Epic bad because, you know, my imaginary digital Play Store is better than yours. Steam operates better than Epic. It runs better. It has a better looking format. It's just, in general, Steam is just superior to Epic. And it's just an objective thing. It's not a matter of like getting into... People do this where they go, you know, PC players. Yeah, but the thing about PC is we're not like brand loyalists. I built 3 computers. They all have different brand parts in them, you know? It's just PlayStation's the front runner. Yeah, I have nothing in general against people who play on a specific console of choice because people enjoy specific things. Look, people have brand loyalty to weird things. And as long as you can accept that every brand is flawed and has issues, then I think we can all get along just fine. It's the problem when people defend really shitty consumer practices for the sake of their magical brand, you know, white knighting for it. It's like, guys, these are billion-dollar, trillion-dollar, in some cases, multinational corporations who don't give 2 shits about you, you know? Yeah, they've had 20 years to perfect themselves, right? It's not a, you know, in a way it's Team Steam, but in a way it's not like the same thing as console warring where it's like, no, my plastic box is better than your plastic box. It's they all play video games, you know? Play however you want to play, but stop covering for a bad company or bad practices. That's really what it is. That's why Epic failed. Look at them now. Dude, Epic is only on my computer for free games that I never play. I've shown you guys before. I've pulled it up on stream many times. I have a massive backlog of games on Epic that I've gotten all of them for free, and none of them I have ever played. You know, Epic's a Fortnite launcher. I don't even use it for that because I don't play Fortnite. My kids play Fortnite. I don't. Dustborn like or Veilguard like. It's a Dustborn like. The rhythm music, people of note game, that's a Dustborn like for sure. But it's a Dustborn like masquerading as an Expedition 33 like, which is more of a ARPG. I don't know, guys, it's just JRPG like or ARPG. I can't remember what all the terminology is for all this shit. My Asus Xbox Ally X literally has it installed Fortnite through Microsoft Store, so I don't have to put Epic on my handheld. See, I don't know, and I don't care. For me, it's like the console warring thing I did back when I was younger, when I was like a Nintendo fanboy, and then when I became an Xbox fanboy. The problem I have is just the blind loyalty. Have your preferred, you know, place you go. Like, it's like if you have your preferred coffee shop or your preferred fast food place or preferred, yeah, whatever. The company that makes that pair of jeans that fits you really nicely, that's great. That's awesome. But when they start, you know, showing that they're polluting the ocean or some shit with their toxic dye that they're using, don't pretend that they're not, you know, don't defend them. I don't know. No, I'm talking about going back to what Geek said, you know. I don't care about the console war itself. Because you don't see it with PC. If Steam does, and this is my point, if Steam does something retarded or something that's not consumer friendly, I'm not going to defend them. Because it's not a Steam machine. I have a computer, right? I can have a computer that can launch games on multiple different platforms. Whereas with PlayStation, with Xbox, with Nintendo, you can only defend the plastic box because what else are you going to defend? You know? I have llamas from the initial launch that I never... Oh my god, I forgot about the llamas. Oh my god. Dude, are the llamas even still a thing? Oh man. That's crazy. Wow. What is the deal? I can't do redirects anymore. That is bizarre. I remember I had this problem the last time I had a stream, and I could not do a redirect to Empress because I know that she's streaming right now. I can't even look up her channel on the back end over here. YouTube is on some weird shit lately. I don't know what is going on. That is bizarre. Hang on, let me see if I can look up the specific name. Okay, I can find her that way, but that's it. Huh. That's just bonkers. All right. I think this is set up. It should work. New Steam controller looks like pain. Don't get the trackpads. This make ergonomics wonky on their controllers. Issue with Steam has clearly been the best store for ages. The fact that the company also owns a few of the historic great games makes it special. Yeah, later, Cage. Have a good night, buddy. I'm going to go to bed for about 10 minutes and read a book before I fall asleep. Ready for the new Steam controller. Yeah, I haven't actually seen it. I don't know what it looks like. Did I see the CNN Hassan clip? I did not. Maybe we'll try to cover that on Friday. Some of this Asmongold drama and stuff. I want to get more covering broader topics. Not like jumping into politics because I'm so tired of politics in general. But like the pop culture entertainment shit is fun. I like the drama. Like, I'm not even going to lie. I gave my wife crap for years about... please no Hassan, no. Oh, yeah, Geek. I am on... Lady... What do they call that? The last one? Lady of the Water? Lady of the Lake? Lady of the Lake. And I'm like 100 pages into that. And then there's the final book, which I guess is the prequel book, Season of Storms, or whatever the name of that book is. But I've read all the rest of them. So we're almost there. I'm reading Dan Simmons and Demion. I read way too slow. What is that? No, man, I've been trying to power through, even when it's like I have no time to read, so I'll take like 10 minutes, stay up to like 12:30 at night, maybe 1 o'clock in the morning, and then have to get up like late the next morning. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna hit the hay. Best sci-fi saga, Hyperion. Oh, I've heard of that one. I just need to actually look it up. Dude, there are so many books I want to pick up now. Now that I've actually gotten myself back into a somewhat consistent frame of mind. I've got Starship Troopers, which I've never read the book, and I want to read that after I get done with The Witcher. Oh, I appreciate it, Visser. Thanks for stopping by. All you guys, it's been fun. Have an idea that could bypass your unwillingness to watch anime. No. Guys, you got... It's not that I despise anime or hate anime or think it looks terrible. It's just a matter of like priorities and times. It's that simple, man. You'll send me a link. I don't understand. All right. Send it to me. I'll take a look. It's just purely a lack of time, and there's just not enough time for me to get really interested in it or whatever, you know. The Exo-Archaeologist Field Guide to Lunar Mission Photography. Oh my god. Anti-incoming, probably. It wouldn't shock me at this point. The things I've been sent, I'm like, oh my god, why'd you send that to me? Why? All right, guys. All right. I appreciate you all for hanging. It's been fun. I'm glad that we were able to get a stream in, even though I started a little later than normal, and it was super rushed because I had to get it ready basically while I was, you know, trying to get my daughter to softball. But you guys have been awesome. I will try to be back on Friday night. We'll do a stream, maybe play a game or something. All right, guys, take it easy. I'm out. Have a good one.